All right, I'm back, and it's that time. All right, we got Captain Falcon versus Sora. You don't see this one too often, but when it does happen, it's pretty interesting because TRL wants to short hop a bunch. So does Sora. Sora wants everything to do with being able to pressure on shield for free, and even though Sora has a pretty good recovery overall, you have to still be very careful about the routes you take. Something C-Live has done really well, though, recently is get some big W's. This man beat Mr. E the other day. Apparently, he beat G Extreme. I didn't know that that was also something he did. So that's two huge wins in a short span. So C-Live is getting better and better, but TRL, even though we haven't seen much of him of late, reminder, this dude was top 3 pretty much every single week for a good stretch. I would have seeded him higher if he actually was playing. Oh, he beat them back-to-backs? No, I didn't realize they were both at Encore. So that's one hell of an Encore run that he had. The fact that both of them were at a monthly, that's huge for PR. But that back air is going to find its mark. One of those things that is very difficult when it comes to Sora is that Sora is not the best at burst range sometimes, but he is really good at edge guarding characters like Captain Falcon. So TRL's going to have to be very careful with that. Even though TRL has like really good recovery routes himself. 40% isn't too bad, but TRL with the lead is very, very scary. This is one of the people who purposely likes to fight characters like Kazuya, so he's a little bit crazy in that respect. But even when he's at KO percentages, he'll still box you. That's what's so scary about him. But good defense from C-Live, getting to the ledge and just kind of like dipping around, getting away from TRL as quickly as possible. But that out smash on the platform finds its mark. C-Live is just constantly fed into the fire, I swear, with some of these brackets. The first match, I literally was looking at the seeding table. I was like, I have no idea how to do this today because of how good this was. But C-Live is currently down 2 stocks to TRL getting the nair, pushing him off, trying to look for an air dodge read. Goes out there with the up air instead just to get some damage, but I don't think he meant to dip that low or he expected C-Live to go further. So far, this is a pretty dominant victory from the side of TRL. Finally gets caught by Blizzaga at the ledge. Up special. Wow, he couldn't even get the up special either. Like, this is one of those things that will start to kind of wear at you for a little bit. That one, of course, the up, he's not going to kill from that low. It's a little bit too far to be able to get it from down there, but he still has an opportunity to get back into this. Dash attack's going to come through. That's going to get him at least one. Can he finish his food, though? Can he actually get the job done is the key factor. That's the most difficult factor about fighting Captain Falcon long-term, is that the more you have to rush him, the better it is for him, because that means he's going to find short hop nair 1. And, oh, okay. Any other character might have died to that, because he burned a lot. But that's a down air into the knee for set window, and that's going to take it out off the side, and that's first game going to TRL. Wish you could have came. We wish you could have came, too. I hope you're doing well. We're coming here for a little bit of a stretch here, but I know you got college and everything like that, so it gets a little bit tough to deal with all that. But I'm sure we'll see you again soon. Looking forward to when you come back. We got game number 2 coming in here. Super looking forward to the next game because the thing with C-Live is that C-Live is getting better and better after game 1 of late, which is huge. That's so important because you need to be able to stay mentally composed. And without that, being able to stay confident and bouncing back again number 2, you're basically asking to have your bracket runs come to a close early. You got to be able to stay composed and keep just looking forward. Because it's like, okay, I dropped game 1, I got 3 stocked, or near 3 stocked. It is what it is. Game 2, I'm not going to let that happen to me again. And as long as you have a mentality that can keep you pushing that, nice deep breath going through C-Live there. You can see the deep breath over on the right. Trying to just get his mental back into it. That's what you need to do. That's exactly how you need to approach it as we get into game number 2. The set is still very much doable. The color switch is going to come in. He goes to Kingdom Hearts number 3 now. But, or is that, is that Birth by Sleep? I'm not 100% sure. I think that's the Kingdom Hearts 3. Well, either way, a switch to small battlefield actually does help a little bit because it allows him to get closer in terms of platform carries. It does also open up combo routes for TRL too, so I wouldn't say it's a huge risk. I think this is a pretty even stage between both. Forgive me, I'm putting the go live tweet up onto Twitter because I forgot to do that. Oh, back air coming through. That did not. I thought it was going to kill at 76 for a second. Soft hit knee doesn't get the sweet spot he was looking for. I wonder if sweet spot, though, might have put him in too long of an animation and he just would have plummeted. Because sometimes that does happen. So might have been a trade-off for both. But now not dead yet. Even that down tilt won't be enough just yet either. Much closer game here, though, between both. Good shielding on that, and up air won't be enough just yet. True combo windows for C-Live to find another one. He might have him at drop-down up smash percentages, too. That's still, I think that might be on the table. We got the Sora chance in. Okay, the Thundaga finally finds its mark. So, C-Live strikes first. Does not fall for the up smash. The up smash has very little lag and relatively safe for a move you would expect to not be so safe. So that definitely could catch. That definitely can catch you. Falcon kick outright though. I do like that sometimes as a cover option. And look at this, like C-Live picking it up out of disadvantage and still not dying to that yet either. Momentarily though, up air does find its mark and TRL strikes back. Looking really good here in this next game. Is TRL going to be able to even his back up pretty quickly? Yeah, that's a possibility. This is definitely a possibility. The Arcadian should be fun. Actually, this is kind of like a precursor to the type of matches we can see at the Arcadian because these two are both unranked, but getting closer to that rank. And that follow-off back here finds its mark, so C-Live up a whole stock here. This is why I said you just got to stay composed even after a game one like that. You just have to be able to like put your head back into it. Don't stress it because you have the opportunity to still make a comeback. But TRL, again, is not somebody you can fall asleep on at all. He's incredibly quick, incredibly strong with his punish game, and he's already sneaking his way back in. All he needs is at about 60-ish%, and he can start hunting for a knee confirm. So C-Live just kind of needs to bait him into that. He might be. Not only that, but the G-Extreme win too, both being at Encore. That's a monthly, so that will count for more points. There's a. I wouldn't say it's a definite possibility because you have to consider the entirety of the season, but that's definitely going to help the cause, especially with the season being a little bit like smaller compared to before. Even with the recent rise of like Hogs attendance, it was still relatively slow for a majority of the season for a lot of people. Outside of the few who went to majors. Now up special though is going to find its mark, and look at that. C-Live answering right back, looking really composed. TRL trying to stay calm at that two. Now which one of the two is going to be the one to take it off? Honestly, that was a really good rebound game for C-Live because considering how game one went, TRL was dominating. I think the smaller amount of room that he had definitely was in C-Live's favor. I think small battlefield definitely helped a ton. So if I'm TRL, I'm looking to see if he leaves PS2 open again. If he doesn't, I wouldn't be against the idea that he might go Hollow Bastion. I think he just wants more room to reset Nooch. He wants a little bit more space. There's no DSR. It's 3 bands. It's the same rule set as. Oh, okay. Kalos also plays into that same game plan. Okay. No, Zeus. So on Smash Day, we put the same view as you can see of the game at the top because people like to see that, whereas people like to see the chat as it goes. So that's why it's a little bit different. But here at game number 3, we got Kalos. I heard, oh, hey Blitz, hope you're having a okay time at work there. Sorry to hear that you got stuck at work. But right now, again, both of them having very solid games, like in a near dominant fashion. Obviously, TRL's win was much more. I think that was much more dominant game 1, but that was also the first game of the day. C-Live's rebound game was really good game 2. That's going to be huge. And now on the stage, oh, he tried to challenge him with the downer, and he died at 88 for that on the platform on Kalos. That's crazy. That's so early on Kalos. Well, that is a huge thing he needed because he was actually, like, he was a little bit behind at the start, but he brought it back pretty quickly. He needed to get away from that side platform. TRL is so dangerous whenever you give him platform extensions, period. Also, the stage does allow him to avoid some of those back air attempts off stage or against the stage. He's got something to tech against now. Sonic Blade coming through. Thundaga finds his mark, and that actually will just kill. I didn't think that was going to kill. If I figured with the DI to the corner of Kalos, he might just survive. Loki wouldn't mind seeing Twitch chat. I think with our weeklies, it's kind of tame enough, so I probably wouldn't mind because sometimes I don't just for the sake of people getting toxic. But here in our weeklies, we're pretty chill overall. Right now we got actually 33 people in here. Shout out to all y'all. 104 onto CLive, 15% onto TRL. CLive's gonna need like an early edge guard. That's gonna need to be the big play. He's gonna need to find an early edge guard to try and take him all the way off the bottom as quickly as he possibly can. Sora, ooh, there's TRL getting the second stock, so he's going to need to work on it. It's not going to be the easiest thing overall to deal with. If I'm TRL, I'm playing a little bit stressed right now. I feel like the way that CLive is approaching this is actually pretty good. He's not overextending. He's not trying to get a little bit too reckless. However, he did get him all the way over that. He almost finds the spike. Continues to get straight damage on and finds the landing. No, he doesn't. He almost caught him with that up tilt on the landing. That could have been a huge punish. Dropping down there. Down tilt. Oh, a little bit too far away from the up smash. So not going to be able to find the up smash off the top. That forward smash read, though, on the spot dodge. Big punish. Oh, okay. That's something he goes for occasionally. You just use that Angel Platform invincibility, so if you get caught by it, why not? But you never seen TRL play? Well, TRL is awesome. He took a little bit of a break, and he's back at it, but we are looking at CLive bringing it all the way back right now. The counter finds its mark, 71% to 88. This is a huge game to win. This is just the first match of the day. The counter comes through again. He's getting him a lot. The TRL, he's still got him at knee windows. So if he gets one of those reads like that, if he gets a down air, if he finds a nair one pretty soon, as you can see, he's hunting for both. He might still be able to take this game away. It depends entirely on CLive if he can shut it down or not. CLive trying to push him away. Or for the reverse there, a little bit too far away. Fading away with these nairs too, and the fire just to make sure he keeps himself safe. Jumping off stage with the Thundaga. Let's catch him at the ledge. Blizzaga finds its mark. Will that be enough? No, he falls out. Sonic Blade gets punished only with a gentleman jab though. And that fire gets in the way to stop the back air. That would have been the game. Thundaga finds his mark. That command grab would have been the game too. This is incredibly ridiculous. Both of them. Oh, short hop air dodges over him to somehow avoid getting hit by that. Both of them trying to be very careful. 198, one straight up air will get the kill for CLive. Up throw it. 200 will actually do it. I didn't know that was a thing. I haven't seen that. I didn't even know that was real. Oh my god. You can't even see me either as it goes to Ajax. I'm over here getting everything going on production side. TO, X production, all that good stuff. But well done for CLive. After getting that first game going in favor to TRL, it looked like TRL was just going to run away with it, but that's not what happened. TRL was able to, CLive was able to calm it down, bring it all the way back, and TRL will go to the loser side of bracket, but that was hard fought at that. So, well done, and that's going to push him into a matchup against Ling after, which I might potentially put on stream. We'll see. But first off, I have Don and KB2 coming up next. KB2 just went to the bathroom, so I'm going to get that situated. And while we're here, actually, I'm just going to step away from the setup for a second. I will be right back.
Start the battle. Easy, Link. Three, two, one, go!
All right, I'm back. I'm so sorry, everybody. I've been trying to run everything in the background. So you want to hop on? Okay, all right. Well, yeah, I'm a little bit late in this one. Delayed, if I will. Maybe I should have just let it run the rest of it without commentary. But we have Blank, who was currently up pretty decently. Delay getting a run back finally against Hindsight. Hindsight was actually a little bit stressed about that before they went to play, too. And Delay was looking forward to that run back, and that falling fair does find its mark. So Delay putting himself back in the game, 79%. Isn't too bad for Link, especially here on Kalos. Link survives a long time outside of low recovery coverage. That's the biggest thing. That drop down up air, though, just going to force him out to go low. Tosses out the turnip, and he actually gets caught by the turnip deep in the blast zone. Jumped a little bit early, and that one covered it. But even if he didn't get covered by that, probably would have been caught by the next one or the drop down fair. But that's going to be Link taking it 2-0. Sorry for everybody in the background. Who missed me. I didn't get to cast that one, really. But it's okay, because I got to do the same exact thing. I got to step away for a sec and get Don and KB2 situated. So I'll be right back. Give me a sec. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, now we have Don and KB2 coming up next, by the way. This is the one that I was saying was going to happen before that. So I will be right back.
battle. Mario. Joker.
Hey everybody, welcome to game 1 of Dawn vs. KB2 here on PS2. We're gonna get right into it. Both of the players just looking for neutral enough. Great parry from Dawn, gonna find the first opening, getting a good combo extension, but looking to the fair, trying to reset his combo state, instead allowing KB to get back to neutral, find stage control, but not able to maintain it. He hasn't been able to settle. Dawn has just been able to find so many back airs and approaches, forcing, keeping him out. That panic air dodge though from Dawn, gonna get caught in the corner, and now Dawn manages to reversal the situation with a combo string. Not death though. A great DI from KB2 in the situation, but he's not out of it just yet. Getting caught in the corner here. Dawn has an opportunity, but gonna get a little over aggressive. Getting reversal, then with Arsene online, KB2 still might be able to find the first stock here. He has to be able to get away from Dawn long enough to breathe first. Dawn doing such a good job calling him out on reaction from backers with these grabs, really not letting him reset at all. But Gun gonna come in clutch. Dawn's magnet hands though are allowing him to come find his way to an up smash. That move, intangible. Gonna takes the first stock. Not really much KB2 could have done in that position to contest that after getting called out. However, the Aegon gonna rack on at least a little damage over time at 110. This is very close to ours. Kill percent factor is not going to do it, but it is going to take all-important stage control and back air as well. Not across the stage just yet, especially not without Arsene. Halfway to that meter, KB2 is going to try to close this stock out, ideally before he gets Arsene, or as soon as he does, so he has as much time as possible to rack on that damage with that extra meat once backup is there. Finding the back air, still has a little bit of ways to go to Arsene. This is the best case scenario, only 20% down this game, and right back to even, folks. Now just looking for grabs, trying to find anything. Both players whiffing grabs. Dawn though managing to find a little bit, but it's gonna give KB to Arsene. This is the scary situation. You're in the corner, Arsene's out, managing to find his way back to center stage, and the grab. This combo is gonna eat away at that meter. Arsene now almost gone. You have to get more out of this if you're KB2. He only found 25% off that Arsene. He spent most of it in disadvantage to getting comboed. Really good awareness from Dawn to pick his openings on the first overextension after Arsene, kind of conditioning KB2 to let it fade out. And now the tether gonna come but KB2 getting it, finding his way back to stage. Dawn not able to get off the platform. Both of the players are doing such a good job at catching each other out of the corner and finding reversals off every little piece of overextension that's come through. Ooh, another great grab from Dawn, looking for a back air to just steal out the stock. Doesn't find it. Great patience on that recovery, but another up smash coming through. That is the Dawn classic. And now just back air, trying to find an advantage, trying to keep this game close with Arsene meter far away. He has an opportunity if he can take the stock again to rack on so much, but he has to find more off Arsene than he did in game 1 and drag down smash off the ledge. That was crazy. The awareness from KB2 to find that confirmed, but in turn, he's gonna get a little bit over aggressive off the next stock. Gonna take 34. That could have been a lot worse. Really good DI to find his way out of that situation. And now with Arsene almost here, he's got Dawn in disadvantage. This is KB2's opening to steal this game away. Okay, now finds Arsene. Unfortunately, those iframes weren't going to save him from the back air. And Dawn's going to get a combo state again. And the up B, this one not going to do it either. KB2 again with a great DI. But again, just letting all of Arsene meter go the way of the dodo with that combo read. You cannot miss a tech against Mario. But still, PS2, this stage is huge, folks. And that's going to leave us KB2 has one more shot, one more release on life to find an edge guard, and with Gun, he might be able to do so, but Dawn saving the jump, able to find his way back to stage, and the third out smash down 3 for 3 in game number 1. Never lost the lead that entire set. Very solid stuff from him. Very solid stuff from KB2 though, managed to play it close, find kills without Arsene, find those drag down, confirms that that drag down off the left platform was absolutely gorgeous. But at the end of the day, if you're not converting anything off Joker, if you get a total of 35% off Joker across the or off Arsene across the 2 times he shows up in a game, you are going to have a hard time winning. Despite this character, very strong comeback mechanic, but also, you know, can sometimes be a little reliant on it against characters who can be as explosive as Mario. Taking Mario to Hollow Bastion, this is a really interesting counter. Because it's good for Joker, that center platform gonna allow you to kind of catch Mario's landings more, or you're leaning a lot on those ledge traps. The blast zones are very favorable for Joker here, but as well, that center platform, we've seen Kurama do so much off the Hollow Bastion platform, find those combo routes, and while Don is not Kurama, his combo game is no slouch. I was able to find so much as we've seen, but finally KB2 gonna find anything off of that Arsene, and it's gonna be a stock, racking on the extra percent now, and this stage being a little bit smaller. Mario hasn't really been able to find the same space around, but you cannot miss a tech like that, and KB2 gonna stop. Don keeping it close, bringing it right back even, but Adon gonna rack on some damage over time, slowly just picking up. You take that chip percent whenever you can, and great gun stall, all finding a way down. KB2 with some very creative routes to get away from Mario's really good edge guarding and ledge trapping so far in the set. Gonna use the up B tether, trying to find a combo extension. Unfortunately, gets the DI wrong and not able to make too much happen. And we've got a lovely wrestler here, stream running for just a second. And not on the mic though, unfortunately. No throwbacks today. But KB2 managing to find a second stock off Joker. He's really made adjustments, playing a little bit more patient and using the stage 2 as his advantage. And found more off these Jokers or off these Arsenes than he did in game number 1. And so far that's been the difference maker. He's finding both these players still going very back and forth in neutral, but as well, KB2's been able to use the center platform to lane Mario's approach, not get comboed to the same degree, and his defense has been absolutely on point. However, getting a little too overly creative on his route, doesn't manage to find a way back, and he's gonna lose his stock right into a combo from Don. This is ground that Mario absolutely can make up, though this game very close to even, but now you have to worry about Arsene. Thankfully, you're gonna be in disadvantage, but the Arsene coming out, allowing KB2 to escape that combo, not even have to worry about the up B DI, and Don able to take away half that meter there with another combo and has found a lead when it matters most. Getting a little over aggressive, trying to nair Mario's head. That was anything about it. 4 for 4 on up smashes in the set. Fantastic 2-0 from him, but really good stuff from both players. Now now we're waiting for the next set on stream. Looks like it's gonna maybe be blank actuary winner's side, I wanna say, maybe. And while we wait to get there, shoutouts to Vortex Legends. This week is number 30. We have been doing this for 30 weeks. 1 monthly, 30 locals. Got an Arcadian coming up January 14th. But the locals every Tuesday here at 7 p.m. 156 Meriden Road, Waterbury, Connecticut. Come check out Vortex. It's a fantastic card shop. We got Ultimate on Tuesdays, Multiverses on Wednesdays. Both locals are generally pretty stacked, even when the Ultimate locals can end up a little bit smaller sometimes. We've got 16 entries tonight. And we've got, on one side of the screen, we have got the man, the myth. You know him, you love him. We got Ling, and on the other side, we've got Sea-Live, who, coming off a 9th place finish at Hog last night, a little bit of a disappointment by the Standard Sister to hold himself to after last Thursday, where he beat Mr. E at the Encore Holiday Monthly. Mr. E, notably former GR player in End of Smash 4. I don't remember who his PR'd in the season of Ultimate, but has always been a very strong player, plays Lucina, very good fundamentals, and so Sea-Live picking up what to this point is probably his most notable. So he's looking for a little bit of redemption to try and find those highs again from last Thursday, and shake off a little bit of that post-win high that you feel that sometimes when you're not used to it kind of can affect your mental, get in your head a little bit, and cause a dip in an uncharacteristic dip in your results immediately post level up. That being said, I mean, as far as tests go in the state of Connecticut, there are none better than Ling. This man does it all, has been doing it all with the peak since day one of Ultimate, since Smash 4, and I mean, we're starting here on PS2, stage that is good for both these characters. Sora able to find ladders off and platform extensions here off this out of the corner, and each able to utilize the large stage, has a lot of room to find those turn-in combos, rack on damage, lowers the higher platforms, trying her to camp out your opponent with the lead, but Sora having tools such as that up there, that floaty double jump to be able to contest. This matchup can be a struggle, but Ling absolutely has the experience needed to find his way through this to make this happen. It looks like maybe I'm about to be joined by a fantastic Ajax. No, not yet. Not yet. Not yet. Soon. Soon TM. Food comes first. And, okay. Now, okay, cool. We have the stream back. Hi, Blitz. Oh, okay. Cool. Good to know. I was apparently a little bit... We just did both adjustments at the same time. I moved it closer, and it got louder, so if I'm too loud, let me know. But in the meantime, I'm ZekeReds managing to find that up air 599 coming in clutch, and neither player, almost 2 minutes into this game, has taken a stock yet. So Ling doing a very good job of slowing down the pace of the game, not letting ZekeReds run away with this advantage state, but ZekeReds as well. Doing a very good job of finding ways in through Ling's defense, making a really good use of these combos, but getting a little bit over antsy there. Ling's gonna punish you with that back air 7 days a week and gonna take the first stock. However, ZekeReds managing to find that nair reset into a grab, really good mix-up from him. Most players aren't gonna expect that in that situation. Unfortunately, up though, not gonna kill. Neither's the fair and the thunder. Ling floating high, finding his way above it. Really good patience from him, and this is gonna be that big damage, 50% after Ling uncharacteristically drops the combo. Oh, ZekeReds having the turnip, may be able to make something happen, but Ling's not gonna let you get away with it that easily. Immediately A-catching it right back, and ZekeReds starting to get a little bit antsy, searching for these kills, getting put back in disadvantage for a greedy up air, and now having to find his way out of the corner against Ling, but that side B's gonna let him do so. Now, Ling finding his way out of the corner again, using the parasol aggressively, really good stuff, but the immediate double jump cancel down air from ZekeReds, gonna find the stock, keep him in this game. Sora very capable of racking on this percent if he can find his way out of the corner, but that's so hard to do against Ling. However, Sora is one of the characters that absolutely can have the tools to do it in just about any matchup.
You know, the instant drop there to me is still hilarious, considering the fact that, like, wait, hold on 1 second.
Okay, so again, a fair just 1, 2, 3, not looking for that Arkham ladder trying to come in, but the Undaga as well, and the Blizzaga. ZekeReds having an attempt, bringing this all the way back to even, and the back throw, not going to do it just yet at the ledge, but very, very close. And this Faraga are going to pressure Ling all the way out, but great patience. Unfortunately, this is Sora we're talking about. This character lives off stage, lives in the blast zone, and managing to use that early up B to find the stock.
I step away for 1 second, and all of a sudden it is an even game.
Also, ZekeReds with some questionable DI there, Ajax.
Hey, look, it doesn't matter. It's an even game all of a sudden. Like, that's the biggest thing going on here. Like, that's kind of crazy. ZekeReds has been getting so much better. Obviously, we were talking a little while ago about that W, who missed their E, then G Extreme shortly after. So the way that he played against TRL earlier, too, bringing it back from game 1 where he was getting cooked to winning the set, I'm not surprised to see him doing it, like, even holding a lead here right now. Yeah, but then after that Encore Monthly, right, he had an pretty uncharacteristic pair of losses last night at Hog, and
ended up getting 9th. Yeah, no, absolutely. It's kind of that you're not used to getting wins like that. You get so pumped, and
Which is
you
still
just
funny because it's like 9th at like a pretty stacked event still. So he's been pretty consistent of late. But of course, we're talking about like the king of consistency with Ling, bringing it to a last hit situation basically between these two just for a strike at game 1, only for winners quarters.
Yeah, and I mean, it like CLive, right? Has CLive even ever taken a game off Ling in bracket?
No. He's maybe taken individual games, but not like a set.
Okay.
So I wouldn't be surprised to see if he's taken it. I definitely. No, yeah, he has. He's had a couple close calls where he's almost beaten Ling. And it's not like Sora can't do it either, as that back air does come through, though. This is a pretty bad spot. Good delay there.
I was going to say, it absolutely a bad spot, but with Thundaga and Sora having so many resources to move around off stage, you're one of the characters that is so able to contest Ling with Peach in that position, but not when the back air comes in clutch. Those hips do not lie, and Ling sending us straight into game 2, 1-0.
Yeah, well done on Ling to kind of clutch it back up, because there was a point in time where Ling had a big lead, and then that lead started to disappear, and then he was able to kind of just slow it down. But granted, that was moments away from being CLive's game 2. CLive was able to reverse it with that Sonic Blade at the ledge. Sora being one of the few characters that could kind of change the routes enough to get around turnip tosses, which is very difficult to do. So it was genuinely impressive to see the way that Clive brought it all the way back. And don't be hard pressed to believe that there might be a round going in his favor here. It's only best of 3.
I was going to say the answer to Peach's ledge trapping is either you are really floaty and have all the tools in the world, like Sora, or you have an insane disadvantage slate like Pikachu, like ZSS, or you just fall really fast like Fox. I know Ling has talked about having issues with ledge trapping Fox as well, but no Fox on this screen here on small battlefield. CLive opting for a little bit smaller stages, those lower platforms, not allowing Ling as much room to work with, not able to take as big advantage of that lead with float. Okay.
One of the things that Sora presents to that can be a little bit annoying for a Peach is that it's kind of similar to the Yoshi aspect, where they're always in the air and they're always swinging, but they're doing it in a floaty way where they're getting around you, and it's quick enough on drift to challenge float while not being such a super hard punish as something on shield. That was a super hard punish, though. He was aggressively attacking from the ledge quite a bit, and Ling finally capitalized on it.
Yeah, really good stuff from Ling. And finding that turnip into fair air, holding the drift forward on the turnip too. He was fully committed to that option, and CLive just not ready for it. But this game has really been solidly more so in Ling's favor. Or his defense has really leveled up, and he's not getting caught by a lot of these approach options from that CLive was catching him with in game 1.
Yeah, exactly. And CLive is he's been really good at after he loses a stock. He's been kind of slowing it down, but slowing it down too much will play in Ling's favor. Ling is very good at abusing that when you start to kind of play passive along with him, because he'll just stay back and pull turnips and force your hand to make you approach.
One of the things I've been really impressed with by CLive so far in this set has been his spell management. And it's one of the huge keys in this matchup for Sora, because spells can be really good, but you have to always have the right one in the right situation, and if you ever have the wrong one, then turnip is just gonna kill you. But CLive,
that was a rare mistake. Yeah, I mean, so CLive's applied pressure. Yeah,
that's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, very much so. And forcing Ling to just kind of free fall in front of him because he was trying to play around the up special. It was actually really good.
Up special, down air, like CLive had all the tools in the book to be able to make it happen, and the side B gonna allow him to get back for just a second, but Ling's gonna be ready to catch that landing.
It looked like he tried to cancel into something in the blast zone. I saw an animation happen in the magnifying glass, and it wasn't enough to stop the drift.
It's when you input a special and ultimate, it conserves your momentum, and so if you buffer a special right as you're drifting into the blast zone, it's gonna kill you.
I think it was an aerial though. That was the funny part. Usually the aerial will stop you. So, but right now we got 78% sitting on Sora last stock. He did bring it back against TRL in a similar fashion. So he can definitely still do it, but will it be enough against Ling, who now knows that he's burning a lot of resources at the ledge? He already used his counter up. He's got to go low. And good defense, and he made him drop.
I was going to say, I love that early Thundaga. Beautiful delay away, finding his way around that counter, and great route to get out of disadvantage the first time. Now he has to get out of the corner again, managing to regain that stage control, Jackson. This could be an opening for CLive if he can get Ling back off stage.
Yeah, especially getting something like a falling up air as a combo starter from the platform. That'll get you resets for days. Trying to go all the way up there to go challenge it, but Ling looking for the reversal with the up B does not find its mark. But good mash out. I don't think I would have killed, but that, like, you getting hit by that will put you into this, like, mental stress window. Speaking of that mental stress window, we're sitting at 81%. All of a sudden, this is a very even game.
And that delayed fair actually worked because earlier in the set, C-Live went for fair 1 into a reset grab. And so Ling expecting that there, getting caught instead by just the delay on the continuation. Really good stuff from both players. But also, that was an uncharacteristic kind of panicky aggressive option from Ling on that parasol there. He started, it started to seem
It's not the first time I've seen him do that.
No.
He's gone for some pretty aggressive reversals sometimes because people will try to like overextend in the skies. But that, against Sora, that's not easy to do.
Yeah, I was gonna say against like I've seen him do it before as well, but against Sora specifically, right? Especially when C-Live is clawing his way back into the game and the way he has it, it can just be so incredibly
Do
scary.
me a favor, by the way. I just realized since I haven't been sitting over the whole day. Can you just slightly nudge the camera, like tilt it slightly up? Because like top of your head's like out of it. Okay,
Yeah.
that's a little bit too high.
Sorry guys. Okay, I was gonna say sorry guys.
Just a little bit
I'm taller than Ajax,
A little bit
and so
I am
we
not.
better
I'm
readjust the
no,
camera.
down again. Yeah, I want it to be like at the peak of your head, where you're leaning back further. Don't make me get in front of the camera. More.
Tell me to tilt it up, and then I keep tilting it down more than I've tilted
Okay,
it.
no, that's actually perfect. That's exactly where I want it. Okay, yeah, cool.
We did
yeah,
it.
We need to lean back. I was gonna say if it somehow ended up in the same spot, I would have actually cracked up. But let me go tell them. Give me a second before they get started.
I'm gonna be honest, it is pretty close to the same spot. I just slid it over to the right.
Well, I only
bit.
needed it to go up a little bit. That's what I was saying. Like it was just like a literal nudge. Also, their reverse names.
Yep. Sorry about that, everybody. Unfortunately, when you hit a microphone, it heats your ears. And I want to talk a little bit about that aerial into the blast zone from C-Live. Sora being floaty, a lot of his aerials as well stall momentum. And when you, as Ajax said, when you use an aerial, right, it can stop your momentum. When you use an aerial that conserves your momentum, like Sora's Nair or his Fair or Snake Down Air, for example, it does conserve your momentum, and so pressing an option in that situation may have also been what carried C-Live into the blast zone to end during that last set. This time, though, we've got another Peach on our screen. It's going to be Blank versus Actuary. A princess battle in theory, but actually, we're not going to see the Peach out of Blank going Aegis game 1, and that's for him. Blank goes Aegis purely based on matchups. He doesn't really go based on stage picks or based on... He sometimes goes based on vibes, but what we're seeing here is Actuary, the amount of respect that CT has for Actuary, number 6 on the PR, with Zelda, and it's because of how good his conditioning is, how good his homies are, and his mix-up game is on point. Catch this man at LMBM in January. CT's pulling up, and we are going to come out strong and take the whole fucking dang turn, I'm telling you. But in the meantime, I'm Blank able to get out to a really fast start here against Actuary, racking on this damage, but Zelda able to do so much of her own. All she needs is a couple hits. This girl is Ganon in a dress sometimes.
It does feel like that sometimes. It's like, also, I'm back. Hello.
Hello.
I snuck away and then I came back. Oh my God.
They let you out of this room?
I wish. They never let me leave anymore. But that's the first stock going to Blank. Blank, obviously, seed number 2 for good reason, has kind of refound his stride. There was a little bit of a stretch here where he was kind of underperforming. I don't say underperforming often for people because, you know, sometimes, you know, the stage is just really good, so you will drop games. But for Blank, that's a pretty rare thing. But over the last few, though, has been getting second, has been doing well on the heels of both this character and the Daisy.
However, the lightning kick, beautiful drift back from Actuary to find that opening. Unfortunately, though, PS2's larger stage size is going to mean it doesn't find the stock, and great DI from Blank as well to get out of that teleport confirm.
Yeah, Actuary has so many good setups with that stuff, and this is one of the few people who does know this matchup very well because of Blank's history against Tall, but Actuary and Tall play so different, and Actuary's set play at ledge is absurd. It's definitely some of what you expect out of like the really good Zeldas.
And even among players who know the Zelda matchup, a lot of players don't know the spacing differential on Phantom based on those different characters.
I'm sorry, did you see that jump dare punish on a platform specifically to call out the aggressive option? Like, Actually playing this matchup very well too. And this is the weakest spot. Force them to go low, guarantee an attempt at coverage, and that's what makes Actuary so scary.
I was going to say, I love that down air attempt from him, trying to catch the sweet spot, knowing it was going to be Mythra up B, and so that unless it snaps the ledge on the way up, you're going to fade right past it. Unfortunately, though, Blank spacing that perfectly and able to just snap right up, so Actuary not able
Blank's
to find
actually like kind of forced to play Mythra a lot in this matchup too, because you don't want to get into a spot where you're forced to go air-to-air wars and whiff like that and get punished as Pyra, even though Pyra's got a lot of range, but the fact that Actuary still finds the gap even on Mythra, that's huge.
Yeah, and right, like this matchup really comes down to how patient is the Mythra player gonna be, because if you start to get overly aggressive and say, oh, it's Zelda, I don't need to respect you, then suddenly, right, you're getting lightning kicked and you're dying at 50. If Blank can play that slower pace that Actuary is kind of forcing him to play with those zoning tools and maintain patience, then he's going to find success.
You going to play in Redemption? You can if you want. It's not a big deal. But also, this is pretty interesting considering the fact that, like, Actuary's actually been boxing, and speaking of boxing, finds them off stage with the great coverage on the roll, and then allows them to get covered by that Din's Fire afterwards. So very well done by Actuary in a matchup that on paper you look at and go, there's no shot. But there's the thing with playing in Character Specialist. You learn those matchups, and it's on others to figure it out. Even with Blank's experience in it, it's a different player.
And Actuary as well is one of the best there is in CT, regardless of character, at conditioning you, at finding these setups, at controlling the pace of the play, and forcing you to get impatient and just kind of beat yourself against him a lot of the time.
You do kind of feel like you're hitting yourself, like your head against the wall sometimes when you're fighting against a really good Zelda, let alone the Actuary. So that's kind of why I think we have switched back to the Daisy. Daisy's really good at baiting you out of shield, which is exactly what Zelda wants, while also having a better recovery, which I think was a big part of the problem last game.
And as well, all that, the turnips as well, you force those commitments out from Actuary, you at least have the tools to contest him from a range. Yeah, you can displace Phantom. Yeah, you can Nehru's Love to deal with those turnips, but
and you can count on RNGesus.
Yeah.
You can also always count. Oh, never mind. Mr. Saturn, much like usual, has been domestically abused off to the stage. You just can't survive. You bring him in, you talk to him, take him to dinner once, and then they toss him away. It's just, it happens every single time, much like the Toads. But Turnip is going to try and force him to go low. That is very difficult to get around, but luckily for Zelda, you got a lot of recovery for that.
Yeah. And the ability for Peach to mix up her vertical height as well between float, parasol, all fastball, you have so many tools to really weave vertically off stage. Even though your height isn't the best, your ability to mix up where you're going to be on that vertical axis when recovering horizontally is so strong.
Yeah, and 87, or actually 100 now, to 174, actually refusing to relinquish his stock, and finally the bear does find its mark. Eventually it's going to get the hit, but Blank needs to try and capitalize big time, which Dot Eyes definitely helps. Straight to 93!
I was going to say, he pulled that Dot Eyes, immediately got the forward throw into regrab, and it's like, oh, that's big damage there, going to rack on 100 unanswered. And just like that, Actuary has gotten his percent lapped and is in danger of going down 3 stocks to 1. This one's getting a little out of hand.
Which is interesting because if you think about it, that considering how Actuary lived to 174 before, this is almost like how the game state would have been in a way if Blank got a kill around 100. So that Dot Eyes rewarding him that 1 neutral win, basically taking away all that good defense Actuary had.
Yeah, also Blank is starting to use these higher floats to play around Actuary's teleport mix-ups, the hitbox being a little bit smaller at the top, drifting above it and finding a punish earlier, but not able to get away from that back throw. Actuary able to get on the board, and Zelda very capable, right? All it takes is a read or two to bring the play back.
That's very true, especially with multiple Phantom punishes. If you make a mistake at the ledge, Actuary brings himself right back into this game. So that 50% may feel comfortable, but it is going to be much better now because the rage is gone and Actuary does fall.
Yeah, not able to find that fully charged Phantom, so that the sword swing coming from the side to side rather than vertically, allowing Blank to float over, find that punish, and get an early stock. Ooh. But Actuary able to maybe find a juggle here, not able to do so, but getting the catch on platform. You cannot miss a tech in that situation if you're Blank. Great patience from him, though, to delay his recovery, find his way back down. But the teleport mix-up from Actuary, gonna bring it right back.
That was really good because Actuary waited for when the dare finished. So as it finished, they have to fall down to the ground, which means they have to air dodge and they have to do something. No matter what, they have to touch the ground before they could get shield up fast enough. And that up special will hit first before they could actually get down quick enough to get that shield up. That was an excellent punish.
I mean, really, really good stuff from both these players so far. Their mid-game adaptation has been on point here in game number 2.
I like how Blake just kind of stood there like, I know I'm going to space around this. Got hit. I'm sorry, I didn't understand your game.
Yeah. And what was really impressive there was both Actuary managed to bait out all his resources, right? He had to burn double jump and float and air dodge to make it back there. But at the end of the day, Actuary, it was Blank who was still able to find his way back to stage, even with his back against the wall, find that stock, and find Orsa his way to a game number 3.
That's one of the things that's so dangerous about Blank, is that Blank, even with his back against the wall, whether he is unable to find a kill for a while or not, he don't care.
Yeah,
he really doesn't care. He stays composed.
All I'm saying is, I SD'd both I played Blank in round 1 winners. I SD'd both games. I almost reverse 3-stocked him both times and then SD'd and lost both games.
You shouldn't do that.
Yeah, moral of the story.
I don't really have much else beyond saying
but
you shouldn't do.
It's the best I've done against a player on the CTPR, so felt good about it even in the loss.
Now do it without the SDs. I want to see.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Get the ritual uncommon dubs, turn them into dubs.
I gotta play. I gotta play the game more. I'm casting, man. Everywhere I go, I'm not entering bracket because I'm just talking about it.
I have been struggling trying to find joy in fighting, playing Ike in this game.
I was gonna say, don't watch Opana's set from Fusion yesterday. He
had a great clip at least recently.
He was up 3-1, tried to get a side B off stage, missed SD'd, and then got reversed stock into a 2-0.
That's why you don't do that in an actual bracket match.
Yep, but unfortunately, no.
But it looks awesome.
Yeah.
But right now we have 109 sitting onto a Zelda. Forward throw won't kill, obviously, but you do have some really good ledge trap option coverage that I still think though that Actuary's recovery game has been so good that it becomes frustrating over a while, because that's normally just a near free win con to get that ledge trap for Daisy.
Yeah, and not even just his ability to recover back onto stage, but his ability to find his way out of the corner as well against Daisy. Once Actuary gets back, his ability to mix it up, find these rolls, find these moves, and really caused Blank to second guess his own ledge trap options. And so it's like that you're beating yourself a little bit. Blank is kind of starting to get nervous on these ledge traps, and it's allowing Actuary to kind of get out of situations he really doesn't have the tools to.
Yeah, well, amazing punish and spacing though from Actuary right there, knowing that the Daisy Bomber was going to come. It's usually a pretty safe option to get around somebody on ledge, but you can't do that in front of a Zelda F smash. So this, much like most of the other sets tonight, looking like a very high potential to be the last stock, last hit game 3.
I will say I've never seen any other Zelda. I've never Ven, Selka, that's who it is as well, from Tri-State. I've never seen either of them use F Smash in neutral nearly as much as Actuary does.
No,
definitely is special.
Here's the thing. Actuary plays with F Smash at such a safe it's at such a safe distance. That's the difference, is that he's always doing it at a spot where he knows that you want to try and hit him, and then he gets a punish out of it.
I want to talk about that Phantom setup from Actuary for a second. He tried to get the Phantom setup knowing it wouldn't hit, catch with the teleport, but unfortunately missing his DI, so Blank able to find his way out of that situation, but it was still gorgeous stuff mentally from Actuary. Blank having an ability, finally finding a ledge trap here, racking on the percent, but getting reversaled a little bit for one piece of over-aggression, just makes one mistake, and Actuary making him pay, and suddenly it's Actuary maintaining the stage control, Blank struggling to find his way back down.
Yeah, this is pretty stressful in general too, because that 97 sitting onto Daisy, that's one good F smash punish away from a kill.
Or just a lightning kick.
That as well. Space one, but that space bear, speaking of good space bear back airs, that one will find its mark. He's so good at catching people on roll with the ledge on that.
And the weak hit teleport, you don't see
the best spot dodge in the game.
I was gonna say you don't see Actuary miss that sweet spot on teleport too often. Sweet spot would have killed there, but unfortunately getting the sour spot. However,
catching a mid-pull, 20% sitting on Actuary.
He thought he was safe because he was outspacing the Phantom, and Actuary said, what are you talking about? I'm still actionable. Hold on.
Yeah, and this will set up a Princess bout no matter what, potentially, depending on how the other side of Winter Semis goes. So we have okay, Dot Eyes got thrown away immediately, but 66% has already been applied on the Actuary.
I was gonna say, who do you think we're gonna crown the champion of this set, and who's gonna have to abdicate their throne?
Well, I mean, to be honest, it's kind of hard to guess right now because normally I just say, well, okay, Blank seems like he's going to just take this because of his big lead. He's probably going for forward air at ledge pretty soon. He's gone for back air the last few times. I'm expecting a forward air neutral get up punish.
I was gonna say we might see a Nair mix up as well.
I'm so good. I'm so good.
You are, but you also know more about Peach than anybody in the world. I swear.
I
to
know
God.
these players very well, but here now, because that has been revealed, that forward air will actually just end any other speculation as that theory has come to a close. There goes the W to Blank, taking it 2-1 over TheActuary, who was asking if there happened to be best of 5. There was a surprise $50 pop bonus that got added on due to Nevi. Which one?
Let's go, Nevi.
Yeah, Nevi actually got a flat tire and is still sending money in. That's like awesome. So shout out to Nevi for putting out support and giving some love to everybody in the area. Always appreciate that. He did want to come out and play today too, but got caught up with a flat tire. It's very unfortunate, but still. That will send TheActuary into the loser side, which is not fun for anyone.
Oh, he is a player. He is a killer in Connecticut for sure, and not someone you ever want to see on the other side of the setup.
Not at all. Like we said, I mean, normally you'd think in theory like, okay, hey, it's Zelda, so Wabi-I, right? No, not at all. Okay, they already updated that.
I was gonna say you'll be proud of me, by the way. I've started to.
Let's get out. They're gonna go quick.
Yeah, I was gonna say, here comes Don. Ajax, you'll be proud of me. I cast Ling for my last set of pools yesterday at Fusion, and I made a joke about how I wasn't you, and so and how when you speak turnips into existence, they happen. And then I started talking about turnips, and Ling pulled 3 stitches into Mr. Saturn. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think it's just I learned from you on the mic. I learned how to channel RNG into my casting to the point that I started saying, oh, he's going to get a Stitch Face, and then he gets 3 of them, and I'm like, what about a Mr. Saturn? I didn't mention Bomb, so he didn't pull it, but everything else came up Ling. And speaking of coming up Ling, that's what happened on Don's bracket, and in terms of roles for Don to get in terms of bracket, this is really probably the person he wants to see the least.
To be fair, I will say that Don is That's it. So to be fair, Don is he was on a bit of a break himself due to the fact that he had some car troubles himself. So he's now back. He's coming back in like full swing of things. This is somebody who he's come close to beating many times over and hasn't really been able to find that elusive one. But Don has gotten so good of late that for him, he knows that he can beat Ling. And that's like one of the stopgaps for him. So before it was like, damn, I gotta fight Ling. Now of late, it's more like, okay, I get to fight Ling again. This time I'm gonna get it. Like I think his mentality started to shift because 9 times out of 10, nobody wants to see Ling on the other side of the sticks.
Yeah, and I mean this matchup as well, like very even for both these characters. Turnip allowing Pete and Float allowing Pete to play a very defensive game against Mario, but Mario between Flood, between Kate, between very just good frame data and safe buttons overall, having the tool to contest what Ling is looking to do. No, hindsight's in the bathroom. But Don going all the way out. Don going all the way out there, but not able to find the stock just yet. Trying to find one with a dare as well, but that platform and still not enough with the high blast zone on PS2. Ooh, Don looking for an up smash, but this is not KB2 Don. Ling's gonna be ready for that and find a stock just for a minute, but not ready for that down air.
I just realized
or not optimal DI, and Blank's gonna.
I just realized while I was trying to solve something that you threw straight at KB2 there.
No. He just listen in their set. Don was 4 for 4 on hitting up smashes and taking stocks with them.
That is very true.
So it's not even a stray at KB2. It's just Don was 100% in that
KB2,
set.
that was definitely a straight.
It was not a stray.
Absolutely.
KB2's great.
Clip it. But I'm just playing.
I'm getting called out.
Yep. But as you know, everything we say is bond on here. But right now, this is a very, very close game. This is one of those sets where I wouldn't be surprised to see it get closer to time each round as Don tries to change up the pace. there's gonna be at least 1 to 2 stocks where he just tries to like overwhelm Ling, but you can only do that so many times because Ling is so good at playing out of shield, especially on somebody who likes to short hop up air a ton.
And his ability as well, like Ling's ability to change the pace of play and switch from playing very aggressive to just some of the most solid defensive play in the world out of anybody is just so strong as well that it's really hard because Don not only wants to do that same thing, changing up pace of play, but that's the second time.
He keeps like just last second drifting to the side, but that is a big punish on the cape. You can try and stall as you want, but you get underneath that, and that trade-off will work every time for Peach.
Unfortunately, though, for Ling, that was the second time he didn't quite DI that down air correctly.
It's hard to on reaction, too. Like, at that last second when you just drift in, that's actually something that happened, I remember back at, what was it? What's the name of that tournament in Vegas called? Yeah, Double Down. I had the pleasure of catching, it was Ling versus Karama off stream. And much too similar to the way that game almost just went just now, Karama pretty much only won when he got like a very explosive stock. That's what we're used to seeing him do. But he also kept DI crossing up Ling in that same fashion. So Ling actually has a slight problem with that on reaction, and he's going to need to solve that.
I mean, it can be really hard too.
Considering how good his defense is too, that's a rare mistake.
I mean, you do at the end of the day always have a slight bit of time to DI or to mix up your DI even after the DI line disappears. You have the ability, but Don trying to call out Ling on the float, instead getting his forward smash punish, somehow finding a way back to stage and a little bit of a weird interaction on that hitbox.
And this is very scary all of a sudden because that sweet spot forward smash kills. Now the up smash definitely kills. He gets him on the cross up again. He gets him on the right again. And DI mix up one more time. That time though, I'll give it to him. I think even with good DI, with how high he was probably dead regardless.
And also, I want to say that up B getting canceled by the ledge grab and that middle hitbox is like, if he had finished the up B, Ling would have been so much closer to the ledge to continue the ledge grab.
I think he would have forwarded him 100%.
Instead, like, there was nothing he could do. Ling was just kind of slowly floated over to the middle of the stage, and Don just got back to stage control for free.
Hindsight, they were trying to see if he wanted a non-redemption, by the way. Well, I 100% agree with that because I'm actually glad you brought that up. That was something that I saw was like the game changer. Because if that removed the ledge trap, that would have probably been the game for Ling. But instead, now it's down up a game.
And you kind of saw like Ling too, even after coming out of hit stun, just didn't press a button for a second. He was like, "Wait, where am I?" It wasn't like, it's so hard to be ready for all those little weird interactions in Ultimate, especially with 90 characters in this game. But we've got two of the originals here, Mario and Peach, StarCraft lovers here on small battlefield, and Don trying to close out with what would be a very, very impressive 2-0 lead from him to close out this PR season.
Yeah, this would be a big one, especially for not even just the PR, but like coming back. Like coming back to something like this would mean a ton for you to like have a nice mental rebound. And so far, this has been looking pretty good. I also just realized just now that my aspect ratios are off on this screen. It's been driving me crazy, but I just noticed it. I'm going to fix it after. But that's Don taking the first stock.
Yeah, and not only taking stock, this is, I think, kind of the largest lead he's had so far in the set, like managing to find a much more efficient set of opportunities to take the stock just for a minute. And now finding the reversal off the ledge as well. Ling getting uncharacteristically a little over aggressive and not finding in any way to get out of that up B. Don with the DI reversal on the up airs and finding an up B stock, and just like that, Ling is down to his last stock of winner's side. We're a minute and a half in, AJ.
Yeah, this would be a big one again for Don if he somehow takes this 2-0 here. I mean, it's not like Ling hasn't gone down early in these brackets and made comebacks before, but if you 2-0 Ling, oh, that's going to be good for you because that means that he now gets to go up against Blank after, who he has not done that bad against either on both characters. So that would be pretty good for him going into this next one. We'll see, though, depending on if Ling is able to bring it back or not.
I was going to say, the other thing was the less games you play against Ling, the less adaptation time he has to adapt, to download, the more tricks you kind of get to keep in for what, I mean, as a player, right, you're expecting to be that grand finals reset if you take him down. You're like, well, I'm kind of expecting to make grands now because I just beat the best player in the building, and I'm expecting to see him again coming through back at me on loser's side. However, in order to do so, Don actually has to find a hit after getting down 3 stocks to 1. Don hasn't been able to hit Ling at all and has taken nearly 100% unanswered here.
That's the biggest thing that becomes a little difficult. You get to the spot
Hold on,
where
AJ.
you feel like you can win. Can you close it out though? And Don is put on 62 already, so he's gotten the damage done this stock. Oh, then again, he might just finish
Yeah,
it.
he managed to find that one combo off upwards, but you missing the tech. However, and just not having a jump, gonna unfortunately not be able to find his way back.
If Don somehow doesn't get this dub, there's no shot that he beats Ling game 3 unless he plays out of his mind, because that's the type of thing that'll mentally dismantle you. But Don is playing so good right now, I don't know if we see game 3.
I was going to say, that being said as well,
Oh, wait a
after
minute.
Don loses a game, he is so good at just turning up the pace. And that's something he hasn't really done, but he has to find his way back down.
Ling covered 8 interactions in a row.
Yeah.
8. That is not easy to do. His full chart is really good at ledge. Now we have not only an even game, but Ling slightly taking advantage in the percentage too. Yeah. He's gonna up smash him out of shield.
Oh.
Don is jumping a ton.
And Don finding that parry that could have been an up smash, but instead just opting for the jab, waiting for it, and the up smash. There we go, catching him and taking the 2-0. What did we just?
Don finally getting himself that elusive Ling W at the end of the season, and that pushes him into the winner's side of, not winner's side of grand finals. That was winner's semis.
I think that's the
That was just winner's semis.
That is in all of the weeks that I have been casting, that is the earliest in bracket, or tied for the earliest in bracket at any tournament I've ever seen Ling go into losers that's not a major. Whether it's a local, whether it's a regional, I don't think I've ever seen him.
I think you're on the money with that.
I've never seen him. He's definitely never, at a Vortex I've cast, he's definitely never gone down this early.
It's that, he's definitely never once has he been there this early in this bracket. Now I'm going to let you go ahead and chit-chat with the chat for a second as I go get this next match set up, because there is one that's being played off stream. So I'll be right back.
Yeah. Oh, shout-outs to Dolan. Unfortunately, MA not able to get
when those are done, just press this button, by the way.
Yep, fully together to get their to come on through, but we'll see you in 2023. We'd love to have you guys come down here, and I'll definitely be up. I'm trying to get up to Reach New Heights #9. We're trying to be 3 for 3 on those. Shoutouts to Gerd for running a fantastic event. You should check it out. Speaking of things, you should check out VGTV_Melee, VGTV_Ultimate, and the main VG Bootcamp channel on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook. Like, follow, subscribe for your main home for Smash Ultimate content. And speaking of, if you have $4.99 or Twitch Prime, you should subscribe to the VG Bootcamp Twitch and get access to all of these amazing emotes. There are so many. Check them out. They're fantastic. And also, Vortex Reborn, that's us. Tuesdays, here, 7:30 Eastern. Show up by 7, 156 Meriden Road in Waterbury, Connecticut. And on Wednesdays, same thing. Show up by 7, please, for Multiverses Mayhem. Ooh, Ling not even getting a break, should mentally reset after losers. But of all the people in the building, I think he is the person who's just like, I don't think I've ever seen Ling at least publicly get shaken. Like I know he definitely has, but I was gonna say his composure, his mental is is fantastic. But even if he somehow, even if he somehow went down here, he's still got to stay till the end of bracket, because guess who's Ling's carpool today? It's me. Guys, I drove him here, and I got to get him home. So even if Ling... well, actually, I didn't even... they took the train into New Haven, Zeke and Ling. We were like, yeah, Hindsight lives in New Haven. I have to get him. He lives 2 minutes from Union Station. Why don't you all take the train in? Because otherwise it takes an hour and a half. Yeah, I'll go get them. Same here. If you guys take the train to New Haven, I'll come get you. If you're in the Bridgeport area too tomorrow, or can get to the Bridgeport area or New Haven area, I'm going to Reboot. I'm bringing Ling, so you guys
likewise on my end too. If you need to come up to, if you're coming to like the Arcadian or the Monthly or anything like that, you want to come to here. If you give me ample notice, I can pick you up in Waterbury. It goes Metro North Coast straight to Waterbury. So we'll coordinate to get you.
Yep, same here with New Haven. If you need a ride, you literally can only give me a day's notice. You don't even have to give me that much. Just please that being said, if you don't pre-reg for bracket, I won't pick you up. So pre-reg. Also, how's it going, Delay? We finally got our set on mic together.
I'm excited. I haven't got a chance to commentate with you yet. This is awesome.
No, I was gonna say, all it took was 6 months of casting, and here we go. I'm on the mic with one of the best friends in the CT scene. We're getting right into game 1, ZekeReds versus Ling, and this is the immediate Aegis. We're not even gonna try the little hack.
Well, I mean, I guess that makes sense, but I'm actually kind of surprised. It just, I don't know. I mean, like, he's going to second.
I was gonna say, this is one of those matchups where it's just really hard for Mac to ever do anything, especially against Peach.
Well,
Ling's Peach, because of how good his defensive microspacing is with float, his ability to wall you out with turnips, Peach's moves as well. One of the characters that you can't neutral be out in disadvantage and armor through. So it's just so hard for you to really even ever get out reset to neutral against this character.
Oh, definitely. Honestly, I can imagine float's got to be a horrible kind of thing to deal with as a little Mac.
Yeah, you just float over down tilt 2, you lose your main combo serve. It can be so hard. So seeing the Aegis coming out right at the moment, and great stuff from Zeke, finding that Mythra up B, gonna use that upward hitbox to get back to ledge, but
but then they're gonna take the stock, and now we have Ling in the lead. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Just watch here the way now with the lead, you're seeing Ling start to use these platforms more, and especially with the Mythra out, who doesn't have as big a disjoint point, you're seeing him try and abuse those platforms. That time he tried to reset to one, and Zeke called him out, managing to find the stock with that up air.
Yeah. And yet, hold on, I just thought that might have been a stock. Yeah, another thing that Little Mac definitely can't really do, calling out jumps like that, especially, you know. Well, you can,
depends.
but like from that kind of height, you know.
Yeah, I mean, you got up air, you got forward air, you can forward air to side B. But instead we got the down tilt. This is just a pure advantage to Zeke finding 2-hit combo left and right into read continuation. Oh, and again, but just missing that F smash, getting reversaled for his troubles. And this is a situation that Ling could have found the stock, but a great switch from Zeke gonna keep him alive for just a moment.
Yeah, especially on the matter of this. Unfortunate there. Couldn't quite make it back to the stage.
Unfortunately, that move when you start up does cancel your momentum. So even though he had that full forward drift, it sent him straight up, and he couldn't start drifting forward until after the startup was over. That reset, unfortunately, costing him. But that neutral B gonna keep him alive for just a moment. But a great early parasol from Ling. You don't see him pull that one mix-up out too often. But it's gonna find a stop. It's gonna find his way back to stage, and Zeke just not been able to close out the stock.
No, and he's definitely getting a little antsy for it. It looks like he's kind of overcommitting just a bit with things like some pretty punishable options like that up B, for example. He's really hoping for that kill.
Yeah,
but now he's got a ledge trap situation, so hopefully something might come up for him.
And his spacing right here has been really good. He's doing but at the same time, right, there's that overcommitment you were talking about, right? Spacing very good, very safe buttons, but then a dash attack putting him off stage, and a player like Ling and a character like Peach, you just can't get antsy against.
Yeah.
And he's taking full advantage. This is going to be hard for Zeke to even. I almost called him blank because he's playing Aegis. to even take the one stock, but doing so with the Mythra juggle, and this is his way right back into it.
All right, and now let's see. Is there anything that he can do? I wouldn't call it over. Not gonna lie. But unfortunately, you know, I had to curse him. I'm sorry.
Listen, sometimes there's death taxes, and you're gonna get caught by Ling on a falling chair or a bear at some point.
Yeah.
Zeke did a fantastic job at avoiding those from the platform 2 all game 1 until it mattered most. He does it with DDD too. It's not even just Peach. He does the same thing with DDD.
Yeah.
Guys, Ling is going to drop through platform and parry you. It does not matter what character he is playing. He is going to do it.
Uncall-outable option.
And speaking of uncall-outable, we are switching from PS2 to small battlefield, opting for, or if you like biplats, this is pretty standard as a counter pick against Peach, because that smaller stage means you have less room for turnip combos. Those lower platforms mean that Peach with a lead can't really flow camp you in the same way. It's a little bit easier to contest her for that space.
Plus, there's a little bit more space, so a faster character such as Mythra, for example, can get in really quickly and control a lot of space, especially with things like, you know, her sword, you know?
Yeah, no, absolutely. But one of the things that Mythra doesn't have is a fantastic way outside of either disjoint or, oh god, foresight to find her way through those turnips, and especially on this Pyra switch, Ling's taking full advantage of that just to zone the space, control the pace of the game.
I like
and
the air dodge catch, the turnip there.
Yeah, and the players have been getting a lot better at Z catching in Ultimate in general, but also in Connecticut, and we're starting to see more item counterplay come out, catching buttons, catching options, using items against the characters.
Yeah.
And it's just
I'm
really
sure both
good
of
meta
you-
development to see.
I'm sure both of us know the pain of people using our items against us. You know,
Yeah, I
Snake
mean,
main, Link main.
I mean, I've gotten a bomb combo into Nair into up tilt on
Yeah.
you before.
You have.
We do it. But speaking of doing it, Ling just finding a dash attack, trying to find a fair, but again, he's not getting caught by it. He's done such a good job of avoiding them. But unfortunately, that's the Aegis recovery coming back to bite you and just still doesn't get the opportunity to get for a clean reset.
I'm liking the patience that Ling is having on these tech chases. I'm seeing a lot of just floating right over the get up attack and punching with down air, just waiting for the option, you know.
And a lot of these, Zeke just needs to delay. Like, he's not even picking the wrong options when he's overextending and punish. He's just getting a little, he's just pushing them too fast. He's either not charging his smash attacks enough, or he's pushing his dash attack too early. And if he just breathed, like if he literally just exhaled before he picked these options, every single thing that he's getting punished for would be resulting in a stock.
Oh, and speaking of a stock, here we go. Now we've got, well, I was going to say we've got him up a stock, but we don't quite.
All it takes is 1 second, and Zeke, another player who's been chasing that elusive Ling win for a long time. Zeke, as well, notably, for a long time, a solo little Mac main, but with the advent of Aegis in Fighters Pass 2, he got that 599 secondary he's always looked for to really cover some of these bad matchups.
But that's unfortunately not going to carry the victory in this one.
You listen, it only gets you so far, and he needs 599 and you have Royal Treasure.
Exactly, you know. And, well, oh, I'm a little too far over.
Get over here.
Hello.
Get over here. Put Scorpion in Smash.
Scorpion in Smash.
We'll get him in multi eventually.
Yeah.
We better.
I wanted him in
He was in the trailer for the game.
Oh, was he?
Didn't they in the teaser? They did the get. Didn't they do the get over here?
That was just like a separate teaser.
Oh.
Oh,
That had nothing to do with multi.
I thought that was a multi teaser because they
Oh,
had
okay.
the.
It seemed like
It was a Super Saiyan Shaggy, and
probably is a multi teaser, but like it was for the movie.
Oh, yeah, that makes
Oh.
sense.
Yeah, it wasn't actually.
I wonder if that's actually that people's reaction to that was what caused them to greenlight multi. Because it might have been. Like knowing how Warner works. Yeah. Ajax mouthing something that we can't repeat on stream.
True.
But not in a negative way. Not in a negative way, folks. Just
It's
just
okay.
in a
Family friendly.
this is secretive information that's probably not public. Yeah, Ajax is under a contract and NDA, and we'd like him to continue being able to do what he loves in casting for a living, and he needs to get that back in order to do so. Wow,
Oh, wow, okay.
that's a. I was
He's
gonna say
pretty good.
KB2's Joker is very efficient.
He's from, what, South Carolina, I think he said?
Yeah, he's from.
Oh, he goes to
Yeah,
school
he goes to
in
school in South Carolina, a region, you know, down
Yeah.
that middle east coast of the United States, or
Yeah.
like northern southern U.S. Known for fostering.
Gotcha.
It's known for fostering level ups from Newtown,
Yeah.
I think.
Newtown?
And
Oh, yeah,
his
yeah.
Joker, I mean, has been really clean. Sometimes he struggles to find when he is winning sets. It's because he's making a huge amount of use of Arsene, and when it's not, it's because he's getting weirdly nothing off Arsene. It's not that he's racking up damage and not able to close that kills. It's that he's finding kills and stocks without Arsene. He's finding some crazy setups, but his Arsene, like, he's just getting put in disadvantage for Arsene. Something he doesn't really have to worry about against Actuary, but this is going to be about as big a matchup check as you're going to get in CT.
Oh, Blitz off. Oh, man.
Sorry. Yeah, sorry,
That's okay.
sorry, Blitz. This is why you gotta show up to these big even numbers.
Yeah, we miss you, man.
Oh,
That is
oh no.
true. I remember. Okay, so in this case, we got Zelda trying to find her way out of the corner, but now... Oh, there we go. Oh, wait.
thank you for the insider information and coming out here.
Oh, that was maybe
And
not the best
speaking
DI.
of, I was gonna say, speaking of confirm, that was a great confirm from Actuary, but also KB2 not knowing how to find that DI, as you were saying, delay on
It's
that.
definitely a little too early, I would say.
Yeah, on that up B, and Actuary finding an early stock for it. It doesn't, like, KB2 very clearly, the way he's moving around and trying to approach Zelda right now, very clearly not familiar with this matchup.
You definitely got to be very careful about how you maneuver around Phantom. Like, especially that running into that nair right there. You got to be careful about going into swing. You definitely want to respect. That was a nice comeback.
I was going to say, finding the drag down up smash on platform is still not going to do it. Joker's up air having 5 hits as opposed to sheet 4, which is why the Lafable and a lot of those drag downs, rising drag downs actually end up working for the character.
I actually didn't know that. That's very interesting information. Ooh, and we almost saw another demonstration.
Yeah, KB2 is so good at finding those. That ledge, too, you can get drag down up air or nair 1 and get down smashed when they fall past ledge.
Yeah.
And that's going to be a displaced Phantom coming out, protecting Actuary from Gun and from the Aegon as well. But it also finds the stock, almost finds the stock as KB2 wasn't ready for it, but he has a corner situation now. And the opportunity to make something happen, but just really opting to reset to neutral, let Actuary out of the corner for free.
Yeah. Although I will say it's not super easy to ledge trap Zelda, given the fact that she has that teleport. So you always have to have that in like the back pocket, just understand like that might happen.
No, absolutely. But even still, seeding just all the way back to the center stage with no contestation is very unusual in any matchup in Ultimate.
Yeah, I think honestly he's having a hard time finding his way in.
Yeah,
he's definitely getting zoned out a little. Ooh, speaking of zoned out a little, right off stage. Lost the stock, unfortunate. But we'll see, can he?
Yeah,
almost.
I mean, Actuary's ability, right, to condition you and mix up you, like, you don't. I was gonna say, he does this against people who know the matchup, and KB2 is, like, in terms of like pure fundies and the confirms he's finding, is doing a great job, but he's just not sure how to get in past this.
Yeah, I think he definitely needs to just be more patient around it.
I agree.
I see him rushing in, trying to get over it. That's a very classic situation there, getting double jump up air.
The other thing, though, is he doesn't know the timing on each Charger Phantom's release and what frame they come out, as well as the distance and the way this works when he keeps getting caught trying to find his way in and just not entirely sure what Zelda's threat range is. Like you see again there,
a couple other things about
almost finding a lightning kick Actuary, but that time he's just missing. Unfortunately though, KB2 still just is scrapping in a lot of those spaces where Zelda's hitboxes are going to occupy. See again with that up tilt and just not able to really find a consistent way in.
Oh, and the spot dodge, if only that, man.
Including that hurtbox shift back act making it a little bit safer as well. The air dodge past the Aegon, you're not even going to let him get that little bit of damage, but KB2 is starting to bring it back just a little bit. And if he can close I was going to say, if he can close this stock out, if he can find his way back, he's got Arsene. But
unfortunately, timed it right into the hitbox of the Phantom. You got to be really careful there.
That covers, with how much percent he had, that probably covers ledge time, because his would have run out, because the longer you're in the air and the higher your percentage, the less legend vulnerability you have.
And that's a very scary situation to be, because there's a couple things you might want to do to get around it, but they're pretty reactable if you're the Zelda. Say you could drop from ledge and stall it out, but then you maybe get down aired or down smashed.
I think there is Joker, with Arsene, it's a lot worse. Without Arsene, you drop from ledge and you tether, and then you have that timing mix-up. Without, you kind of have to go right back, and as you said, you're worried about that, because it covers... It can cover roll, it can cover... I mean, that Phantom can cover every option depending on the timing you press, and just really good stuff from Actuary. But also, KB2 kind of having to learn this matchup in real time, but he's been making adjustments and starting to play this better, and I'm really excited to see what he does moving forward into the second game.
I noticed a time or two when he was shielding with Phantom up and he realized he didn't want to be put in that position, so he rolled away, and I was like, that was very clever.
Yeah, unfortunately, though, he kind of got caught with a little bit of a predictable route, getting caught by a Jin's Fire early and taking just a whole bunch of extra percent. Arsene now almost online. This could be relevant if he can make something happen at 50%. He's very capable of confirming into a stock on this card.
Yeah. With Arsene, Joker feels super early. I've been playing Joker a little bit just for fun, and I've realized, well, not that I didn't know that, but you know, just trying that out made me realize just how broken this character can really be.
Oh my god, I mean, he's incredibly difficult in that you have to be so precise in order to maximize his potential. Off that Fair 1 drag down, off up air drag down, the gun, right? Like, the precision needed to play this character is so impressive, and so seeing KB2 do it so consistently, really good stuff from him, but unfortunately dropping that Nair 1 up smash in that situation, and not going to be able to find the stock just yet, but holding on to Arsene, he's playing very well defensively here and racking on the damage, but this is just Actuary stalling out, utilizing ledge to his advantage, and looking a little bit like Jaw Numbers for a second and just trying to wait out that Arsene.
Yeah. I gotta say, I especially when he has Arsene, I would like to see, well, less him getting his roll red, I would say.
That was such a crazy edge guard attempt into a ledge trap from Actuary. He went all the way out there to threaten with the teleport aggressively.
Oh, and that was a really good call out on the, what's it called, the Nairu's Love.
Yeah, no, really good stuff from both players, but that from Actuary as well, right? He in order to avoid that, right, KB2 had to fast fall and then delay his up B, which allowed Actuary to act first and still get the ledge trap into the stock. But that air dodge, that could be it. Thankfully, he's going to find his way back. KB2 opting to play it safe, and the reflected, that was an Arsene Aegon. That's going to deal a lot of damage over time there, delay.
Now, speaking of, well, there's a stock. I was going to say speaking of reflector, but more like speaking of like up B out of shield. Oh my gosh, I can't speak.
One of the things that I've been really surprised is that we haven't seen a single reflector.
That's what I was going to say.
Arsene Joker. We haven't seen a single Rebels guard either. It can be so incredibly good against Phantom, especially when you're playing at that max range, which is where KB2's been getting hit. Zelda's not able to really get in on you in that position, but you're able to find so much on your own defensive tools. Great lightning kick there from Actuary on that DI read, but not going to find the stock just yet, and with Arsene out, this game could still go in anybody's favor.
Yeah. Okay, but like now we have a ledge trap. Sorry, edge guarding and ledge wall. And now it's a ledge trap.
That was a great delay there from Actuary, just waiting patiently, delaying his teleport for just a second.
Oh, and that's gonna be the stock.
Yeah. I was gonna say, engine's fired.
Yeah.
And no pun intended, by the way, and all the
Oh yeah, no, it's okay.
On.
I've been purposefully not.
Actuary is like your sole player to commentate the amount of timing mix-ups he does, the amount of delays he has. The amount of delays he has both in the set and on the mic.
Honestly, I could have even said something along the lines of the amount of me's and confused a lot of people.
Of amount of me's, Multimate versus Mayhem every Wednesday at 7:30 EST.
Yeah,
check it out here in Waterbury, Connecticut, along with Smash Ultimate on Tuesdays. That's us right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say Smash isn't the only game that we have tournaments for here. So feel free to come by any of these. You see some of us here, especially on the Tuesdays.
And speaking of coming by, if you have $4.99 or a Twitch Prime subscription, subscribe to VG Bootcamp on Twitch, get access to all these amazing emotes. Delay, which one's your favorite?
Oh, it just left. I was gonna say the second one on the top of the left.
You know what my favorite way to watch Smash is? On Twitch, and with old tournaments, VGTV_mainline, VGTV_ultimate, 24/7 tournament events and VODs. And speaking of VG Bootcamp, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, like, follow, subscribe on all platforms for your main home for Smash Bros. Content.
Yeah, absolutely, VG Bootcamp. A fantastic place to watch your Smash tournaments. You see stuff like us, you see majors and other things like that.
You
lots
also
and lots of
see Slingshot tech reveals.
Yes, you see Slingshot tech.
Yeah, Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. For J, was this J24 or? Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, J24. Yeah, a lot. Japan is a crazy deep region, and you know why players. Let's say, you know what? Why players like Subuki's Joker are so good? It's because they go back to the lab again.
Yeah, back to the lab.
So we're here on VG Bootcamp.
Uh-oh.
Listen, you were trapped in the back rooms. Ajax is talking about being. Listen, Ajax, the door to the back rooms is right over there. We can send you back. Don't tempt us.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, where did they film it in the racetrack? Okay. No, I still have an idea of where it was. Shoutouts, Scabs. Thank you for having me again at the Arcadian a couple weeks ago. It was a blast.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
No.
The bathroom works now.
Oh no, the bathroom doesn't work.
Please don't break the bathroom.
You know how you know the bathroom works? Because it's a when you flush it, it's a vortex.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
It's a
that's
reborn
fair.
vortex, guys. We fixed.
Well, now that the bathroom works again, it's been reborn.
Yeah, once we fixed the bathroom, it really did truly become a vortex reborn.
Yeah.
Mario.
Well, I mean, I was gonna say,
true.
check. Listen, if you think it's a place people don't check Twitter.
Yeah.
I'm not saying more than that before I get to another venue.
Anyways.
Getting into winners finals. We're in best of 5 territory now, delay, and this is gonna be blank versus Dawn. And this is not the Peach we expected to see.
I was
in
gonna
winners
say that
finals.
exact same joke, believe it or not. But Dawn taking the set off of Ling earlier.
I appreciate your peachy demeanor and stealing that joke from you there for just a second. Dawn, though, managing to find a 2-0. Right, Ling so good at adaptation, but Dawn not even giving him the opportunity, closing out the PR season with one in CT with the best single win you can have.
Yeah, definitely.
Light hasn't been in attendance enough, as far as I'm aware, to be eligible this season.
I do believe Light. I've heard that Light is moved. I don't take that as a guarantee, but.
Anyways, getting back into it, Blank and Dawn just going back and forth. This game is so incredibly close, but it's Blank with the first significant corner situation, finding a back air, and Dawn not ready for some suboptimal deal.
Yeah, it looks like it also took his jump as well. So even if he hadn't died, he might not have been able to make it back as well.
Yeah, great recovery there from Blank, going low, really forcing Mario to overcommit if he wants to get a contestation, and finding Dawn jumping out of that corner as well to get a reversal rack on a whole bunch of percent, semi-unanswered. And
Very Mario moment.
Yeah, Dawn starting to swing with those up smashes again. And this is, remember, this is Peach.
No. At least not me.
I wish. I wish. I got a... We just got asked if we had a BMW. I don't know about delay. You're what, 25? I'm a college student. How the hell am I affording a BMW?
Yeah, I'm also a college student. I am only 22. I don't have
22?
any money.
I thought you were older than that.
That is a first.
We're the same age.
Oh, wow, what do you know?
And speaking of the same age, Dawn sending Blank to another age, taking a stock, getting on the board, and Mario's certainly capable of bringing this back, but he's got a ways to go down a full stock, and really needs to find something quick.
Yeah, especially, I mean, Mario on PS2 is not necessarily out of the question, especially if you get a nice, say, up air, just like that.
I was gonna say, in terms, though, of, like, compared to other stages with platforms, you know, Town, Hollow Bastion, anything, and great air dodge from Blank, finding his way out of that situation just barely. Dawn could have called it out with a delay, but just opting not to. It's so risky, because if he doesn't air dodge, you get punished, and speaking of punished, finding the fair, Blank taking game number 1 and trying to assert himself as the best Peach in the building tonight?
Probably. Like, that's something you would want to do. You know, probably something you want to do.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Blank trying to make Grand's winner's side, and, you know, you don't expect to see, when there's 2 Peaches at Vortex, and they're both on the PR, you do not expect, and one of them is in Grand's winner's side, you would not expect it to be Blank.
Yeah, it's
great run from him tonight.
Often a little strange to see Ling and lose.
Started with him almost getting a reverse 3-0 2 games in a row by me, and then me losing both of them to ST. No reverse 3 stocks. Dawn going for that purple and blue Mario skin.
Yes,
he generally
the Waluigi skin.
Yeah, he generally switches to this skin after a game loss. It's kind of one of his 2 power-up skins, and so he's just trying to reset his mental, opt for a little bit of a smaller stage here, with platform height on small battlefield, as well as them being closer to ledge, making it much better for Mario's combos.
Speaking of combos, that's quick 70% right off that. What was that started on a down tilt, it looked like? But and will he be able to answer?
Yep, and just opting for the Nair there, he did that same combo against Ling over the other blast on opting in just for the coverage rather than the attempted the stock, and betting that he can win one more neutral interaction and find that kill. having an opportunity here, but Blank with a great preemptive air dodge to get away from the down air that did so much work in the Ling set.
Ooh, and that was very close. If he had just jumped off the ledge, it might have killed. But the down smash almost taking the stock, but not quite.
Yep, that time though, Don ready for the DI. He's not going to lose one early this time around. Having an opportunity, looking maybe for a double jump back air, but Blank calling him out preemptively with a back air of his own. These two players just exchanging blows back and forth, trying to find the stock. And
I like the delay on the on the up smash.
I like the delay too. I'm not gonna lie. It's fun to have you on the mic tonight.
It's fun to be on the mic with you. I'm very glad.
Don trying to find a grab there, but Float just allowing Blank a little bit extra aerial mobility, finding his way out of the situation, but Don's still going to be able to reset, try and find a combo, but that up air not going to connect because of how floaty Peach is.
Yeah, not quite. But now we're reset back to neutral, definitely trying to call each other's jumps out a lot. I can see, like that, for example, with a daisy down air.
Yeah,
and a nice float cancel into the grab.
Yeah, float cancel grab is just so insane to the amount of timing mix-ups you can get, and again, Don just not ready for Blank's perfect DI. He was catching Ling with those all night, but instead it's Blank with the perfect defensive play here. They're really not giving him the openings to find these combos that he's been used to.
Definitely. Ooh, very careful there. There you go. Okay. And now, once again, both players trying to, lock down a kill right now, and it's a juggle situation against Mario.
I love the way Don used. Blank tried to use that back throw on platform to try and cover or Don's options and disadvantage, but then Don used his drift as well with the platform to mix him back up, find his way back down just for a second. And if Don can find this stock, unfortunately, he Blank falling out of the top of down air due to float, and just maybe not quite enough. And at 133, right, Don really can't lose too many more interactions against Peach because her damage output goes crazy if he wants to stay in this game.
Okay, he needs to find some sort of kill and get out of the corner, but he just lost his jump at the ledge. Oh, and now he's out of the corner, and he found a kill.
He's been looking for those delay back airs all night, but they haven't connected until then. Maybe now that it's connected, he might try and he's going to look for maybe a couple more falling back airs later on, but just finding these dares, getting a back air, trying to get a reset, and managing to do so after the miss. Yep, that's going to be death. Probably no perfect DI from Blank. From delay. Perfect DI from delay right here onto the commentary. But perfect DI from Blank to survive and get back to stage.
I don't think I've ever seen that actually unironically kill, believe it or not. So
I have. One of the things you can do though is also if you get that reverse up air and you turn it around, then you can get the one more up air string and bring it a little higher.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
It also it only 2 kills without the reversal off of town and battlefield where you have tripods.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely is.
But great stuff from Don, starting to call out Blank with these -2 backers.
Yeah.
They're so incredibly safe, but getting put off stage, this is where you can struggle as Mario against Peach.
Oh, but he managed to sneak right in with that back air, and now he's the one.
He found the timing that worked once, and he's just done slight variations on it to really use that move to find his way back in the game, and to drag down air into another one. I've never seen that before.
Pretty crazy, and congrats. Man.
New Mario combo unlocked. Down air into down air.
Yeah, I've actually not seen that
Today we learned. Have you ever seen that before, Ajax? I've never seen that before. I've never...
Yeah.
I've never. The amount of Mario.
That's incredible.
I don't play Mario. The joke is that I can play Doc, but I can't play Mario. It's really depressing, actually, because Mario's easier. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I play Snake.
That's fair. No.
Ajax making Smash 4, taking my baby boy away from me. You know my co-main in Ultimate for a long time was Little Mac, right?
Oh man.
So.
See, I'd lose to Little Mac.
I use all my brain and then none of my brain, constantly.
See, I lose when you use none of your brain. That's the thing. If you played that Little Mac, I'll probably lose. Exactly.
Yeah. speaking of using your brain, getting right into it,
Yeah.
you're on PS2, Blank opting for the same biplat but bigger stage, higher platform, allowing Peach's defense and combo game to really take full
See him
flight.
fall out of that down air.
Yeah, he's been his DI, Blank's DI and SDI this set has been absolutely impeccable defensively.
Yeah. Oh, okay, we got a little. Okay, there was a text chase situation for a second there. We got him back to the corner.
Yep.
He definitely got a DI the other way.
And
on that
Don
throw.
looking for these rising up airs as a combo starter, trying to catch Peach out of a float, but Blank has been playing so patiently, just letting him swing and then just fading back, getting in with a whiff punish, being okay not finding huge combos and just trying to cause Don to lose a little bit of confidence in some of his openers.
But at this point, it's pretty even. You know, it's a little even. We've also got him a ledge trap again. Always very scary to be put into the corner, especially by characters such as like Daisy or even Mario. You know, either of these two characters.
Yep.
Very, very solid at ledge
That being
trapping.
said, in this matchup specifically, I would much rather be Daisy in the corner against Mario than the other way around, just the flexibility float gives
Yeah.
you. As well as Turnip, you just kind of have a few more options to threaten from space. Don now trying to use everything, his stall coming out.
But no jump apparently.
Yeah, I was going to say, he jumped early and tried to use that stall to mix up his route, but once that came out, he just had no resources left. And Blake just said, okay, eat your veggies, bud. Eat your veggies.
I like the overshoot on the back air that got him that hit and sent him off stage, but unfortunately the situation was quite very quickly reversal. I may have used two adjectives, or adverbs, sorry. And now at this point, here we are once again getting ledge trapped. And just as you were talking about, you know, Daisy versus Mario at the ledge, it's definitely a lot better for the Daisy
Yep.
with all the tools that you have with float.
Yeah, I was going to say, between float and turnip, you can just cover so many of Mario's very linear recovery routes. Yes, you have mix-ups, but not able to find too much. Don last time opting for the DI mix-up, trying to catch up Blank, and from maybe had gotten him getting some film study against Ling, but not going to do it. And that
Really
back
good
air
DI on
either.
that back
Yeah.
throw.
Making sure to DI up there to find his way to the top.
Speaking of finding his way to the top.
Yeah, and finding his way that time. Don saying, okay, well, you want to go to the top? I'll send you to the blast zone, bud.
Yeah.
Have a nice day. Trying to send him downtown, too, with that forward air, but just missing. And the great use of the flood to just reset the situation, find some stage control for just a second.
Alright, now, Don definitely needs to find some sort of 1% combo that'll lead to at least a good amount of damage. At this point, he's trailing behind by a lot of percent. So he's definitely looking for something like that down air. But that down air, unfortunately, not going to help
One of
him
the
out.
things about Don is Don's combo game is really, really good.
I like
he
that.
finds a lot of combos off of dare and up air and grab. But what he doesn't do is he doesn't look for combos off of falling air very much. He doesn't use it as a combo starter nearly as much as the other top Marios, and it's really interesting to see.
Yeah,
Especially, I think it's very good in this matchup as well.
I would agree, honestly. I feel like it covers a lot of good space, you know, especially in the air,
Yep.
where Daisy's very likely to be.
It's very
Oh,
active.
that's gonna get him. Yeah, the turn up into the forward air, and now we have what's game 3, correct?
That was game 3. We are in best of 5 territory here. This is winner's finals. Blank not quite taking the set down, but what he does
Not
take
yet.
down is counter pick advantage, which when you see these two players alternating between smaller stage, bigger stage, smaller stage, bigger stage, it's really trying to find those advantages. That counter pick advantage can be huge, right? Forcing into a game 5, getting the stage that benefits your character, really forcing your opponent to make a break.
Yeah.
And we're gonna see a third Mario skin out here from Don, opting maybe for the builder. He's definitely taking time to think, and yep, we're gonna make like this is Mario Maker right now. Don trying to custom craft some combos all the
Wants
way
to
to
build
a game
his way to
number
a
5.
win, you know. Of course, we got to make a joke or two about the builder skin, you know. Very classic.
Yeah, and now just opening game up, 5-4 up here on
spot dodge
small
catch.
battlefield. Oh, it was Blank with the first bit of damage, but not able to turn it into a proper advantage. But wait, DI down into down smash. They're just racking on some damage. Thankfully, it's not melee, or that would have done 70.
Yeah, that's true. We call that the meat grinder.
Yes, we do. And speaking of meat grinders, that down air really looking like a blender.
Yeah.
With how much use Don's gotten out of it tonight. I not able to find those fireballs, and Blank's been made really good use of patience and just using shield, finding his way in, and letting Don push buttons and then just taking space in that.
You know what I'd really like to see from Dawn is waiting for that air dodge now. Keep going for that combo. And, well, it was a jump there, but it's a couple situations.
Pretty predictable air dodge timing every time. I'd agree with you.
Yeah, just about when the up B probably would happen in the fair, you know, I would wait. I think I would love to see that. That would definitely lead to more
And
stocks.
I will say that I think that's the single most difficult thing in Ultimate about a combo game is once you start to mix up your strings and try and change timings to catch those air dodges, catch those non-true finishers, and find those extensions, it can be so difficult. And it's much easier to play defense, especially when you've got float to help you microspace.
Yeah.
You got zero traction in that, and you got full hop aerial modifiers, meaning back air is gonna send you to the blast zone.
I like the run-up smash.
Yeah.
Speaking of defensive, that's a little aggressive.
Yeah, well, I mean, but it's still a little defensive too, right? You've got that intangible head. Mario's got a thick skull, and it's only thicker when you're wearing a construction hat.
I like the patience with which he just weaved in and out around that. And the same thing actually leaded to that kill.
Yeah, just opting to just jump and just fall, not fast fall, saying I'm having his double jump done, just holding on to all of his options and falling with blank, saying I have more vertical flexibility than you here. Push a button. I dare you.
Exactly, and that's exactly what he waited for. And actually, it netted him a pretty nice kill.
Grab the the fair gonna spike, but not able to find it at 47. Peach is floaty enough that she's still able to get back to ledge. And the unfortunate truth of the situation is because Dawn had to land on platform, Blank was able to get an advantage state, but close enough that even with the cape reversal, he's still able to drift back to ledge, doesn't lose his stock for that.
Thankfully, if you're Daisy, you have a whole lot of air mobility in that case, so he had to go for the second cape, and he was very, very close, but just barely off time. It didn't quite lead to the kill.
Delay, watch how Dawn just tries to get out of the corner here. We saw that double jump and then just opted to reset right back at the corner, trying to bait Blank that he was gonna go to platform, maybe reset to center, and then and forcing a commitment out, using that platform to his own advantage, really giving him that corner as a safe space to land. Really good stuff there.
And once again, the pressure off stage definitely leading right into that up smash and the roll. A little bit of panic, you know?
Yeah. And what started as a slow start to this game 4 from Dawn has turned into a lead. He's brought it all the way back and has an opportunity for some extra credit if he can find his way back to the stage control here. Really good use here, delaying those double jumps, but Blank ready for it, finding a back air, not going to do it just yet. Resources coming out, but Dawn able to get back to ledge and at least reset. Forward throw, again, not going to do it. These turnips.
I like the capes. It's good because it stalls you close to the ledge and it also reflects those turnips.
The benefit here is that you're seeing a lot of recovery for Blank, even though, yeah, that took a while. You saw a lot of recovery mix-ups come out from Dawn. It means there's less things that he can do that you haven't seen, that you aren't ready for. Or
I like the down and away DI.
Down and away DI there to really put him...
and the punish on there.
He finally...
There we go.
Right, you said you wanted to see him wait for that air dodge. He finally had the delay to call it out. Blank didn't go for it, but still was put in the situation where there was nothing he could do. There was nothing he could do there.
I'm really liking people calling that the delay. I can pretend it's my thing.
Start the battle.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And now we got our game 5. We got a game 5,
I mean,
but you did mention the counterpick advantage and right back to PS2.
Yep, we're seeing the larger stage. Don's won on his counterpick, and Blank's won on the PS2, and then his counterpick of PS2. So getting to go back here to this stage,
very comfortable
so
stage for a lot of players.
Yeah, I mean, it's really good in theory for both these characters, but it's much better for Peach because the extra room allows her to control the pace of play a lot better. It's harder for Mario to get in. He has to find, and the higher blast zones as well means that his combos are going to kill later, as well as these platforms being further from stage means it's much harder for him to find those up airs into forward air mix-ups. Like what we saw last game off platform to close it out isn't going to work on PS2.
Yeah, that's true. All right, but in this case, we have to be very careful. Oh, I like the early up B there and actually hit him right there. He tried to call it out, but he was just early enough to knock him in.
Even with all those recovery mix-ups from earlier, Don's still got a couple tricks left in that tool belt, trying to find his way back and just claw this damage on him. He took so much % early on, but he's managing to rack up a little bit, getting back stage control just for a second, and trying to sit under this platform, but Blank's ability to control all of the platform space has been so good, really forcing Dawn away from getting these crazy extensions that have allowed him to get so much damage on the smaller stage.
Notice it's happened twice now, landing on the shield and then walking away to do that up smash. Blank right here trying to call it a pretty common Mario option, and it's also a common Link option, but the back air out of shield, you're going to see that come in a couple times, and hopefully Dawn takes notice of
that. Was a great mix-up. Blank thinking he was going to go for the landing back air like he had so many times. Instead, Dawn opting to just fastball go for that up smash. Blank, you saw from the DI, not ready at all.
Yeah.
And somehow, despite taking 0 to 100 and unanswered, it was Dawn who found the first stock and find his first lead on PS2 so far this set.
I thought he was going to run off for a fair, not going to lie. I thought he might have just went for the kill.
I mean,
But he went for the cape.
The way Dawn's playing right now, I think he's looking like he's ready to take his first Vortex.
Yeah, he wants this set real bad, and he might have it.
I mean,
he's getting close.
I was gonna say, but in order to do so, he has to not make mistakes like that, not give Blank those openings. Back on some percent, but
not
no,
quite.
Blank's DI in that position has been so good. And again, that way on small battlefield, that might have that lower top blast zone, but here on PS2. Blank able to DI to the corner, survive, and only 100 after the hit with no rage, so you don't have those benefits either.
Yeah. Okay, and now it suddenly fought its way back to being pretty much even for the most part, except for the positioning at this point. Now Mario's got to fight his way back into center stage, of course.
I think that the question here isn't who takes this next stock, but it's how much they get after they do. Like, I think if stock goes and stock goes back, then I don't think it matters. But I think if someone gets 40, he had the read, the great tech from Blank just to roll away, find his way out of the situation. Dawn comes not quite ready for that. And the down air landing hitbox is going to betray him. And he was safe and in advantage out of that shield pressure, but then the landing hitbox meant that Blank would come in and punish him for it. Unfortunate. And you're seeing Dawn now start to swing a little bit for these grabs, for these up smashes, trying to find a stock, and Blank is starting to find openings where there weren't any before.
Yeah, if I were either of these players, I might even start to get nervous. I know this isn't even a last stock situation, but this definitely feels...
That up smash was so smart. You saw Dawn kind of mashing it a little bit before in panic, but that time he did it as a conditioning option under the platform, forcing Blank to jump, think he was safe on platform, and then running up with the down air to catch him.
And now, like you said, we're going to see just how much percent that Dawn can build up here. For example, that down air into up air, for example.
And
now we've got a good 40%.
That single up air, you're not going to find more in that position, but you force him into such a bad space and calling him out on the jump off ledge. Dawn finding his way to winner's finals.
Sorry, grand finals. With Dawn on winner's side.
Beating Ling and then Blank.
That's awesome.
This man's had the peach bracket.
Yeah. You can bet he probably studied the peach matchup.
Ajax, would you mind pulling up bracket so we can see Dawn's bracket run for just a second? Because he beat, let's see, he
started with...
He did not have an easy, I mean, he started with Dangstep, Hogcaster Extraordinaire, went into KB2, which is a very difficult round 2 winners matchup. Then he had to beat Ling, which
and
he did
2-0'd Ling.
The only person he dropped games to so far in bracket was Blank.
Yeah.
Speaking of, though, losers, we're jumping over back to best of 3 territory.
Yes, and now we have Ling once again.
What was... you might remember as the grand final set from our first monthly. And here we are in losers semis. This is a best of 3 set. We're not even in best of 5 territory yet, Delay.
It's kind of crazy the talent that we have in Connecticut with all of these top players that come to Vortex being a very stacked tournament that we see a lot of really good players. And you see matchups like this before grand finals. That's insane. It's incredible.
And now we are... this is looking like HBO. Is this VGBC or HBO? Because we've got a Game of Thrones on our hands, and one of these players is gonna win, and one is gonna die. And you either win or you die. Like Eddard Stark. In a Game of Thrones, you either win or you die.
Yeah, the Red Wedding. And winter is definitely coming.
Winter is coming.
Or should we say winter is here, to quote this one.
To quote a fantastic and underrated TV show, Gallivant, winter's not just coming, it has came and now it's went.
Yes.
Now we're back with this year's least expected big event, Ling and TheActuary here, Game 1, PS2, losers semis. Not what any of us expected looking at bracket coming into today, but what we did expect is to see peach combos up the wazoo, and Ling not disappointing with 0 to 90 on Actuary right there.
Now, Ling kind of seems to typically have the Actuary's number for the most part. So Actuary definitely is going to want to look to make something interesting happen here. He's going to want this Ling win.
Both these players get so much off of their ability to adapt, their ability to condition you and call you out. But Actuary gets the benefit of matchup check, which
that's true.
you're not going to catch a player like Ling off guard on a matchup check.
Yeah.
He has played.
Oh, I like that combo.
Yeah.
And now Ling's got the bomb. He's got
oh
the bomb.
No, he's got a bomb. God.
Oh, okay, but the bomb not doing anything, unfortunately.
Yeah, neighbors love. You saw the neighbors love coming out, really putting Ling in a position where that bomb could get reflected. He might have lost the stock very early, but thankfully for him, it's not coming back. And that's a stitch as well.
The luck.
Yeah, I mean, it's not even just Ajax now. I'm taking it. It's me too. This happened at Fusion yesterday. I cast one Ling set. He got 3 stitches and a Mr. Saturn.
I've seen so much
luck. In a best
luck.
of 3.
I played Link recently, and he got a Mr. Saturn as well, and I'm just thinking, like, the luck on the Beach players to draw in their sets lately has been kind of wild, just to watch.
Listen, the longer you play a character, the better your RNG is.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, it's just, sometimes, right, those percents have to normalize, that probability has to go given an early enough sample size. And great mix-up from the Actuary. Ling expecting that forward throw into the Phantom.
I also want to mention something about the Phantom as well.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt.
No, you go.
I just wanted to mention, so if you notice when you link the Phantom, this has happened twice now, even in the grab. If you're standing directly in front of the Phantom, there's a bit of a blind spot on the Phantom that you can kind of take advantage of. Like if you're approaching in such a certain way, you can kind of abuse that and try and hit Zelda while the Phantom's about to go.
You have to be very careful though, because if you miss time it even slightly, you might miss the Sora, but you will get caught by a Windbox.
That's true.
No Windbox is there, but speaking of getting caught, Ling getting called out by a lightning kick, bringing this game right back even.
Yeah,
and despite how dominant that first stock was in Ling's favor, Actuary's managing to stay right in this one, really doing a good job of slowing the pace of the play down and not letting Ling find very much off these turnips at all after that first stock.
And like if I'm Ling, I definitely want to get in and get my 90% combo right now. Like
honestly, I think that bomb was actually really bad for Ling because it allowed Actuary a breath from having to deal with these turnips to readjust and find a mid-game adjustment on his game plan on dealing with turnips. And after that point, he's had so much more success.
Absolutely. And now at this point, they're kind of just trying to poke each other with their projectiles. And I guess Phantom is only slightly a projectile, if you call it that.
And both players as well trying to find stage control, making great use of platform play. A Ling using them defensively from above, Actuary using them defensively from below. Neither one really opting to go out from their hidey hold or using using those platforms to Ling their opponent and just try and slow the pace of the game down. Both so scared of each other, but this is 79 with even mid-raid, right? This is lightning kick kill percent right now.
Yeah, and I'm noticing something really quickly. I think that the Actuary has definitely got a pretty good read on when Ling wants to pull his turnips as well. So a lot of times you see him getting punished for grabbing it, but this could be a big punish as well. Now you're getting ledge trapped.
I will say Ling notably did not get home until about 2 a.m. last night. Sorry, that's my fault. The fusion bracket going a little bit late. We didn't even stay till the very end. So. Oh, and traffic from New Jersey was awful, so Ling maybe a little short on sleep, but speaking of short on sleep, a little short on that spacing, getting called out by the out smash, and nobody makes better use of that move than the Actuary.
Absolutely. And Actuary going to take game 1.
Yeah,
so now, this is a huge advantage.
I was going to say, his job is counting numbers, and this time he goes up a game, 1 game away from knocking Ling out at his lowest placing ever at Vortex, I believe.
Oh, and who'd Ling lose to? Ling lost to Dawn.
Yeah, Ling lost to Dawn 2-0.
Yes.
Yeah, no, Snow, you didn't get home until 2:30 because you had to drive an hour from New Haven afterwards.
That's true.
Sir, you also cash apped me while you were still driving, so
don't do that.
So don't try and call me out because I will come with receipts and expose you here on the mic. Like, but speaking of getting exposed, Ling trying to find his way back in, expose Actuary a little bit, and force a pivotal game number 3, because we're not in best of 5 territory anymore. This is still only losing the semis.
And speaking of finding his way in, that's quite exactly what Ling had just done. Got a nice quick combo, and now he's in at least a little bit of a better position. Except for the fact that now he's gone into the corner.
I just want to say, Snow, you're fantastic. I love you. I'm just messing with you here on the mic. on the mic. We got a small bracket tonight, so we're just trying to have a good time. But I know I did not. I believe you if you say you parked to send me money. For gas. I believe you.
Okay, alright, so anyways, back to the game.
Yeah.
Back to the game. We've got still no stock has been taken. There was a point where there was a Zelda up the edge of shield that I noticed that Ling didn't quite punish.
Wait, all casters are liars. This is
All
Ajax
casters
saying
are
that.
liars.
Hold on,
You are a
hold on.
caster.
You're saying you believe him and all casters are liars? This is sus. Let's vote, let's vote Ajax off the spaceship, but no spaceships here, just back only Pokemon Stadium here. We got so many spectators, no imposters, except for that stop from Actuary getting voted off.
Voting Ling off?
Yeah, well, no, Actuary getting voted off. It's getting ejected from the spaceship and losing stock number 1 there. In pretty solid fashion, and Ling trying to hold on finding his way back to familiar territory.
Yeah. All right, now Ling, of course, he's got a nice lead at this point. So now at this point with TheActuary trying to, oh, I was gonna say with TheActuary trying to stall him out. It doesn't quite work anymore. That was a fantastic Mythra slug.
Yeah, and that was another just kind of we've seen a lot of that from Ling tonight. Very uncharacteristically, letting his opponent's pressure off stage get to him, and they are forced errors. But we're seeing a lot of these stocks that really are kind of just Ling falling into the bottom blast zone of his own accord way more than usual.
Oh, I'm surprised that didn't hit. Yeah, that was very close.
Great route from Actuary to find his way back for a moment, but the grab on the reaction in ledge trap from Ling gonna let him survive. And that time just guessing like it's online. No mod needed.
No mod needed.
You're gonna, what mod? I can't tell you. We're on VGBC.
That's true. Yes.
But
no modding. No mod allowed.
Yeah, no. I mean, mods exist, but we can't talk about them any more than they exist. Sorry, guys. What mods? Who knows?
Anyways, so
I know
it's not modded this game. So, anyways, back to the completely normal neutral. We've got Ling once again still in the lead. Same situation with the last stock. And actually, definitely, I'm seeing a lot of use of this reflection. He's definitely trying to send back a lot of those turnips, you know, making it a little harder for Ling to camp.
That being said, Ling's adjustments this game have been so good. Right, he's playing a lot more turnip light, really mixing up his timing, and what the adjustments Actuary made in order to deal with those turnips are so just kind of are coming up empty. That time looking for that spot dodge teleport, but Ling going high. Not able to find a connection, and Actuary still just struggling to close out the stock.
Funny interaction right there with the turnip hitting the Phantom Shield and just absolutely not breaking it, not doing anything, just like it got Hylian shielded, you know.
Yeah, and right now just not opting for a displaced Phantom, allowing him to act a little bit sooner, trying to find an opening, but at 92%, you have to find your way out of the corner, maybe a lightning kick here quickly, and Ling calling out that Nehru's love of the second one, gonna allow him to space back, but...
And the charged up smash, not quite gonna do it.
That was a great just delay on shield there, allowing Actuary what normally he catches so many people out with that teleport, just not able to find it, make it count, and Ling now finding the backer and force game 3 in rather decisive fashion. Also, in case you were wondering what I was talking about earlier, I was talking about my favorite casting from New York City, Mountain Echo. Don't fact check. Shout out to Mont.
All right.
Yeah, we love you.
Yeah, hello everybody.
Who you love.
No, I love everybody except I. Yeah. Oh yeah. We love you all for watching, tuning in. 52, 53 viewers. Ajax echoing that sentiment. By echoing, I mean I'm echoing him.
Yeah,
then
that's
echoed
true.
me right back.
I mean, he might have sounded like an echo, given the fact that we have the mics and he doesn't. But you know.
Yeah. I've never seen someone who casts for a career so happy to not be on the mic as Ajax right now. He finally gets a break. This man on his 2 days off runs 2 locals.
Yeah.
This is a really interesting counter from Actuary because most teachers really dislike Battlefield. Ling on the I carpooled with him to Fusion last night, and while we were driving, he was talking about Battlefield, along with how he never wants to go back to New Jersey because they don't have Palace legal, but was saying that he doesn't mind the stage as much anymore because as long as he pays patient, if you're sitting above Peach on Battlefield, you're generally in disadvantage, as long as he's patient enough.
Yeah, I would think so, yeah. Especially with that up air. It lasts a little while and it leads into more of them. You know, I figured it must be pretty solid.
Meanwhile, ActuAry trying to find the additional platforms, get some extra teleport mix-ups, make better use of that up air to find maybe earlier kills off of juggle.
You gotta hang out under those platforms as well if you're the Actuary.
But so far it's been Ling making much better use of them, and really laning the space that Actuary can take up, and using these landing mix-ups, using float to kind of weave his way through these platforms and just find his way in so much more easily than he has so far this set.
Yeah. And you know, for some reason, I don't even think I remember the first stock being taken. I just realized.
I just realized as well that we are a stock down. Where Actuary lost it, neither of us can tell you. it was somewhere.
It happened. It certainly did.
Listen, someone just decided that Actuary lost the stock. He actually has the hand. This is what we figure out. Ling actually turned handicap on and has an extra stock, but Actuary, unfortunate, has to either delay, and this might be the end for our hero, a Pyra.
Well, different one, but you know, I guess
you're the other one.
Yeah, that's true. Although I would like to see a few more of them. Well, that's another thing I would like to see a few more of those forward airs.
And that was so smart because he put Actuary in a situation.
Yes, he was checkmated in that position.
That turn, he did the falling turnip with float still in his pocket to force out either, okay, you get hit by turnip that close to the blast zone, you're probably dead, or you Nehru's Love. And if you Nehru's Love, well then I can float because I can do that. I don't have to fall. I can just fast fall and then stop.
Yeah.
And the only other character with fast fall on top is ZekeReds because he doesn't have a fast fall air knowledge.
That's true. I learned that somewhat recently and I was like, why do all of my characters have some sort of struggle?
You play ZSS?
A little bit. I've been trying to...
Stop telling me about your character choices. Each one I like you less.
Well, you play Snake. You play Snake.
My character's cool.
And you play Pikachu. My characters are cool, okay?
Link is no.
Link is awesome. Link is sick. That's what the Link Discord is called.
Okay.
In fact, Link is sick.
Okay, but can I just tell you, here's how you play Link. At like every level until top play, and actually even T most of the time at top play. You press, you press, 2 jump buttons and the A button, and then you fast fall. And you just
double jump nair is actually a pretty bad habit.
No.
But if you said the 2 jump buttons.
Yeah, short hop macro.
Oh, the short hop macro. Oh, well.
Yeah, you just nair. You just nair them. You just mix up your nair timings. You just nair them, and then you jump, and then you nair them, and then you drag them back air, and then you kill them, and then you ledge trap them with F tilt. That is the basic flowchart for Link in like half his matchups.
Yeah, but
you cannot tell me that is cool.
I think that Link is cool. Okay.
Oh, no,
have you seen my bomb combos as well?
No.
Okay. I think
no, I
those
haven't.
Are,
I've seen you drop more of them. Anyways,
that's fair.
I'm gonna
because
stop
my
roasting my friend and co-caster here on the mic.
Hey, I literally hit one today in Bragg.
The only roasting we might be doing here is making some turnips too to determine truly who is the best Peach in the building here tonight between Ling and Blank. Peach versus Daisy here on PS2. Which sister is gonna reign supreme? Delay.
Well, my money.
Oh no, that's a stitch.
My money is 100% on Ling, especially after that one.
Yeah, I was gonna say, hey, he got the corner situation, immediately pulled a stitch. I'm just like, yeah, well,
that was close.
Have a good stock, Blank, and
that was almost another one.
He just hasn't been able. I mean, Blank just hasn't been able to hit him so far.
Yeah.
Finally, now though, finding a corner situation, maybe having an opportunity, and great delay on that forward air to find the stock. His back air, he's gonna get some shield pressure, but not able to find too much. And now it's been Ling who's stealing stage control away. And
there's a shield break.
That you do not see that happen very often. The last time I can remember Ling getting it, I mean, I can't remember.
Yeah, and not to mention, it wasn't even off of Mr. Saturn either. It was just straight up.
It was off Peach Bomb. It was off side. You don't ever see that. And that was actually all that shield pressure from those downers in that earlier situation where Blank overextended, gave up stage, kind of coming back to bite Ling. He just didn't move away from shield too much. He didn't have the space. He's in that scrap situation to do so. Ling giving his turnip over to Blank there with great aerial catch, and now the dash back gonna allow Blank to come back to stage looking to make anything happen, and you're gonna get caught with a grab for trying to swing for the fences with that F smash.
And a very nice dash attack to get Ling out of the corner as well. And now Ling is definitely trying to Ooh, trying to make sure you can get this kill before any more extra credit happens, but unfortunately it's getting a little tough. This is a nice, really nice grab in the corner as well.
Yep, and just beautiful double jump there from Blank to extend the situation, but Ling saw that dash attack to get up the ledge, said, I like that. I'm going to do one, and I'm going to not just do one, I'm going to do it again, because you're not going to expect it. Finding the stock. Now Blank on his last one of game one, but at 136, if he has every opportunity to find this quickly. However, his dash attack from center stage, not going to close it out.
And neither is the other one.
I mean, you got one
I like that spot, though.
Left, right, second one's a little stale. You know, it's unfortunately without Rage, not going to get too much extra knockback on that. Great floats here from Blank, just mixing up his timing on this approach. The fair just barely not going to do it. If he had a little bit more Rage, it would have. But with turnips, he has the opportunity, and that early parasol forced to come out from Ling in order to survive.
I like the edge guard.
Yeah, I was going to say, allowing Blank to find the fair and just stay in this game, at least for the moment.
It's often pretty tough to edge guard a Peach or Daisy, but when you are a Peach or Daisy, you probably have a better idea of what you need to do.
But you also have a better idea to route around it, and one of your main tools is that turnip with float, with those fastballs, right? You have the ability to mix up your verticality to fade it back.
Yeah.
So it can definitely be a game of wits indeed in order to find your way out of these situations. And Blank hasn't been able to consistently, though, taken so much percent. Has an opportunity now to get something started, delay, and here he goes. If Ling can't get back down, this could be trouble.
And at this point, we're kind of just trading around interactions in the corner, especially. And I was going to say, Blank definitely really wants to keep Ling there, because if there's anything that's going to get you, the percent that you need, it's putting them in a position where they have less options.
And I respect that fair so much. You know that back air is not going to trade cross stage. Yes, you lose neutral, but you're betting it on just maybe calling out a shield drop read on a player like Ling. Sometimes you have to swing for those fences at 169. So hard to come back, but great route from Blank there to find his way back to stage. His defensive play has been so on point today.
And the grab's not going to quite kill.
He was looking for that back throw DI mix-up, expecting maybe the fair there closer to stage, but maybe it was the fair that he should have gone for the whole time. And the early parasol on turn, or opting for one here, he's just dead. Oh no,
wow, it actually hit
that
the
was
hitbox
the very edge of Magna Hand, reminiscent of Ling in the way that you just...
that was terrifying, seeing the fair come out.
I was going to say, reminiscent of Ling in the way he stretched his recovery to the absolute limits. I expected maybe a Peach Bomber, but with too much lag, it would have been it. And Blank managing to hold on to 219. This character is not heavy at all. And really has played himself back into this game, and
Ling is alive.
An opportunity to take it not quite closing it out there, but that back air across the stage, Blank having a chance. He's got one, he's got two. Can he make the third time the charm, or is Ling gonna hold on for dear life?
Oh, this is probably dead with all that rage.
Yeah.
Yes. All right, and Blank takes the first.
He didn't die. 219 against Ling in the Ditto.
How do you hold on to your stock for that long, especially as a character that's that light?
Ling does actually. This is one of Blank. I think is one of the two Peaches. It's Blank and Nuggets are the only Peaches that Ling goes against. And every other one he goes DDD against. He does not like the Ditto at all. I've seen him go Peach once or twice against Mudace as well, but for the most part it is that DDD. If Blank takes another game here, I would expect to see Ling make that switch.
Yeah. Honestly, I can't imagine that DDD, is fantastic, but I can definitely understand.
He's got a big hammer and people don't know the matchup.
That's true. I can definitely understand not knowing the, I forget exactly what I was going to say. Oh my gosh. Oh, sorry, not liking the Ditto, I was going to say, because I definitely hate the Link Ditto. Not a fan.
Oh man, is that the guy who invented PBR in the chat? God, why? You ruined Ultimate. What are you doing? I'm just giving you a hi, Kai.
Hello,
anyways,
what's up?
Getting further into this game, down to a back air from Blank, gonna give him a corner situation and catching the landing with a dash attack as well. He's just been playing very fun. He's not making mistakes and just taking the most of these opportunities. He's really just not giving Link any opportunities to catch him over his head.
Yeah. And at this position, it's still, we've got one person at 167, but at the same time, another interaction or two could kill either of these characters. They're both at super high percent. Ling's off stage at this point. Oh, that was very, very close. But that dash attack is going to take it.
And that DI from Blank as well, not super optimal. You kind of saw him DIing down and to the side there. Looked like down and out DI in that position, but it's not going to matter because that percent is probably dead regardless. 157 though.
The funny thing is Ling kind of playing like he's at 0 at that point, rushing right in, trying to get his combos.
Well, sometimes, right, the way Blank hasn't been giving Ling any overextensions at all, which is normally, right, Ling is playing that very defensive game plan, bait and punish, very explosive once you overextend, give him that opening.
But it can't last forever, and that did lead to that stock, and now we're a little closer to even. And now Blank's got another combo on deck, and at this point now they're pretty much exactly even.
And we're seeing him not really go for as many combos here. He's just opting for these juggle situations, opting to try and take stage control at every opportunity, and not give Ling the space to work with to implement that defensive game plan.
And now at this point we've got another ledge trap situation, and it the full up on the mid.
That float just to change momentum, drift back for a second, falling fair off the float cancel was so gorgeous from Blank as well. Again, he's just found a way from what was very behind to having a pretty, with a 36% lead on the stock. The fair not going to do it just yet, though, delay, and neither player really able to close it out here. That was a second Peach Bomber, and so safe on shield, going to allow the back air pressure as well.
Yeah. I'm really liking, we saw this a little bit earlier, but I'm really liking the Isaac aerials that we're seeing, the instant Z-drop aerial catch stuff, and the delayed timing with it, but the not delayed timing of that up air immediately calling out the positioning.
And the delayed commentary doing a fantastic job, might I say, here tonight. Speaking of fantastic job, Blank has done a fantastic job finding his way out of these corner situations, holding onto these stocks, and also Peach Bomber, his creativity with Peach Bomber tonight has been so impressive, both with the shield break in Game 1 and earlier with that safe pressure in Game 2. Unfortunately, that was an overextension.
Yes, and that back air is going to take it for that.
And if you're Ling, you only need one to bring this back, get right back in this. Just like that, it's even off one interaction. Blank gonna find his way back down with some stage control. Well, two players are playing patty cake, tossing that, turn it back and forth. Of course, like it's a hot potato, but neither player able to find any sort of stage control, just exchanging straight hits.
And now at this point, it's a little scary for both characters. Yeah, I mean, both players. Well, I mean, they're technically both characters. You would call them. So we've got another corner situation. And honestly, I think it's terrifying to be put in the corner by this character, even if you are the same character. But the DI. And it's what, 1-1 now?
Yeah, it's 1-1. I think at this point, we are going to see Ling now go stick with the I think if he went down 2-0, I think he would have switched to DD.
Yeah, I would agree.
think even if he goes down 2-1, I think he has enough faith in the Peach against Blank specifically to stick with it.
Yeah, and you see Snow in chat saying he won't switch. Yeah, we agree. I don't
we agree now, Snow. We didn't agree.
Although I'd be surprised to see it if it actually happened after, we just said it wasn't going to happen.
I mean, yeah, imagine he just goes DDD right after winning the game. That would be the Giga chat.
Yeah. Imagine. All right, and once again, locked right into that Peach, and here we go. Peach Daisy once again.
3, 2, 1.
Okay, we've been to small battlefield, so we're going to pick up right where we left off. Oh, and an immediate combo with the turnips, and I like the patience to throw the turnip down in that situation, and just tech chase on the platform. But unfortunately for Blank, that's going to go completely answered right back with another 50% combo, which is going to lead to another corner situation, and almost an early kill.
His DI out of these combos has been so good. Again, right, holding onto his stock, getting... Like, even though Ling won that last game, until that last stock, Blank was leading him on mutual interactions to kill every single time. He's just managing to force Ling to win mutual more against him, and where he's holding on to stage control and really not allowing Ling to reset that off.
But Ling's adaptation is incredible, so I expect that this is nowhere near the end. We've got to see a lot more changes.
And that was a stitch face. Unfortunately, Blank not getting too much great DI from him. He's barely holding on. Now at 168, he's got max rage, but he's also going to be pretty much dead to anything. That parasol, closing it, the reopen, getting a one hitbox, allowing him to find his way back to stage, and now racking on some percent. And again, this is almost 200%. The back's gonna do it on the smaller stage, and I really hope we see more games out of this.
Yeah, I think it'd be really cool. I would love to see the Game 5.
Like, the way both these players are playing right now, in terms of their adaptation, their defense, their game plan, it's just like, this is high-level Ultimate.
Definitely. We are very close to seeing yet another kill after that air dodge. I was expecting a forward air, but we got a back air to try and cover that as well. And now, not quite a stock, but we definitely have a dangerous situation. Both characters at pretty high percent, each at a little bit higher percent. You know, with Ling holding onto that stock is forward gear.
Honestly, the best part of the Echo characters in Ultimate is that we can say. We don't have to say what Peach versus Peach. We can actually talk about we can actually talk about players by their characters as well as by their tags.
Yeah.
Tags Ling having so much percent over Blank, but Blank, he gave up that stage control for free, and Blank trying to capitalize with at least a little bit of damage, but not able to close it out. That backer not gonna do it just yet, and that air dodge actually was meant to be a Zeke. You can tell by how close he was to the item. He was trying to catch it, get a free turnip in hand, and maybe use that in a reversal, but just missing the timing a little bit, losing his thumb for it.
And Blank went for that similar situation from the startup of the game, where he was trying to get, you know, that little tech chase on the platform after the combo, but didn't quite get it this time. Went for the down tilt. Ling managed to roll through, but didn't quite get it.
This has been where Blank has made so much of his money so far tonight on these juggle situations, and dealing almost 100% there. Ling not able to get back down, and this is all Blank needs is one lead, looking for it there with the bomber again, but not able to find it now that he's putting himself in the corner as a result, and he has got to get out. Ling's ledge trapping has been so good this game.
Absolutely. Oh, and an unfortunate SD, and that's going to take us to game 3 with Ling up 2-1. You never love to see the SD.
I believe in the bucket hat.
Yeah.
I believe in the bucket hat to force us to a game 5 Blank.
I can't imagine this is going to impact his mental a whole lot. I think he seems like he'll probably be fine.
Ring that bell in chat if you think Ling's going to win. Spam any, I don't know, the white square emoji or something.
Yeah, something like
Blank's
that.
Gonna win. But getting into game number 4 here, Blank opting to go right back to small battlefield, which considering that was probably the least looked game of the set so far, I'm a little surprised he's opting to go right back, but
yeah, right back, no different counter pick.
Felt like he was making enough adjustments, maybe minus that SD where it was close enough to opt to take that shot.
Yeah. Whew. Back to sleep with me. Anyways, so we've got Ling at a pretty decent amount of percent so far, and now this is something that Peach or Daisy can easily rack up as well. But at this point, we've got to try and equalize that if you're Ling. You know, you got put right into the corner, especially after that. We'll see how he can capitalize.
Yeah, I mean, the story has been really in that last game especially, right? Blank wasn't able to hold on to stock for the most of the that capitalized by that, emphasized by that unfortunate SD at the end, and he just wasn't able to get that same level of extra chances that it really took him to close out game number 1. Ling is really starting to clean up that play as well, and the dot eyes could have been an opportunity, but unfortunately not going to find its mark. And again, these players are scrapping, looking for anything out of the corner, but not able to find it, and it's Ling again finding his way back and almost finding the stop and possibly having another opportunity in this corner.
Right in the side B, unfortunately, unable to make it back after that. Once again, another SD, but at least he was at 130%.
So good on hit, so safe on shield, but unfortunately if you miss it, then that's just kind of curtains off stage a lot of the time.
Yeah, definitely a different story from the Peach Bomber that we banned selling with in Melee. Alright, but not a different story to the amount of percent that he could have racked on that type of situation.
And we saw Ling like forcing, kind of faking. That was like kind of a fake juggle, right? He just went for the jump and then immediately landed and then went for a lower float. Just trying to bait Blank into almost conditioning himself, right? Saying, you've gone for so many juggles, I'm going to make you think I'm stealing what you're doing because it's been working on me, but I'm actually just going to try and level you. Just immediately bypass that level of play and immediately read your counterplay to it.
And you definitely want to try and, wait for some options, especially if you're getting so much mileage off of the juggle situation. As soon as you get put in, you might realize how much mileage you'll probably get hit by, for example. So maybe you might air dodge in that situation. And that's probably what Ling might have been looking for, something along those lines.
I believe that Blank can still do this, but he's starting to get a little antsy. You see the Peach Bombers coming out. He's trying to close at the stock. Now Ling with the dot eyes that one's not going to find its mark either. Both dot eyes have gone the way of the dodo in the same place at the same time.
Oh, nice catch.
And that time, right, that Z catch finds its mark.
Yeah.
Gonna survive for a second, but not able to get out of this corner. Ling has been so efficient in this corner.
Oh, and the back air going to take it after the roll, and Ling in a very dominant position, but not as dominant as that kill was. And now Blank is definitely going to try and make this comeback. They're both at 0, but Ling is stock up. Now, can Blank make something happen with some of these really big daisy combos?
I think he has the potential, but down at full stock, you kind of have to. It's so hard with how impeccable Ling's defense is. You just have to find an extended corner situation, and that's not going to happen when your turnips are getting reversal. Ling, though, starting to swing a little bit, almost giving up stage control, but just smartly choosing to breathe, reset back to neutral, and this couldn't be Blank's opportunity right here if he can extend this sequence, but unable to do so, and he's starting to rack up a little bit too much percent, and he has to close this stock out quickly to win.
Yeah, you definitely want to. Otherwise, you're kind of, I mean, at this point, you're down a game, you know, and you're also down a stock on what could, if you're unlucky, be the last game of the set. And you want to make sure that it isn't quite the last game.
Yep.
You need to make something happen.
But Ling, at this point, we're seeing him start to preemptively call out Blank's float timings on the back airs, and it's really just not let Blank able to do anything
nice
at
Z
all.
catch once again.
He's getting these Z catches, but he's not able to close out the stock. The only hits Ling is taking have been all the way across the stage, finally doing so. But Blank's taken about 115 unanswered there before finding that stock. And just, it's so hard from this situation. It's so hard, Peach, right, 0-0, having that float can it's so hard to execute your own 0-deaths on her. And even harder when she can just float cancel into a fair just like that.
Yeah, but in this situation, you know, there's always still that chance. You're stuck in disadvantage right now, but as soon as you get out, there's a good chance you can rack on a good amount of percent, but not if that back air shield poking you and sending you off stage again.
I will say this, as a caster, right, these are the hardest sets to cast because you just want to hold your breath the whole time with how tense it is. A player like this trying to make a comeback. You saw him do it before in game number 1. Can he make magic happen twice? Or is Ling going to hold on, punch his ticket to grand finals? That float canceled it fair. He mixed up his timing, did it higher than he had in the past. Ling saying, hey.
Yeah, he went for the call on the other smash and Ling ended up
You know that set we ran earlier, Donna? It's actually a best of 3, buddy. Emergency best of 3. Come on. It's like they're playing friends. Emergency best of 3 on the set count tonight as the Ling now has to take 2 over Don here in the grand.
Now, I wouldn't say that he couldn't do it because I believe he can, but also at the same time, Don sitting very comfortably in winners, and he's already taken that set off of Ling once tonight.
What I'm gonna say about the I'm gonna wait to do some analysis until Donna's in the bathroom, a little bit out of earshot. But
because he just walked right through the room.
Yes, if you do not know, at Vortex here, the bathroom is where commentary is, so players are taking the back here, which is totally awesome.
Yeah. Which is really nice because we can guarantee that the bathroom works, so you can see people walking into
it. But it also means that every once in a while you do some analysis on a player and they walk in while you're about to talk about them.
You definitely don't want them to hear that.
I think if Don needs to not go to release, I think if Ling resets it, those extra games of data are going to be the difference maker with how good Ling's adaptation is. Also, RPS. Wait. Let's go! Let's go! I still have only lost once on stream. Not only Ajax, you aren't the only one who's dodging me anymore. You're so toxic.
Right,
no, I'm not. No, I don't trust you. No, because not only are you dodging me, you know Reggie's dodging me too. But no, I won. I have witnesses.
She did win. I will give. I will give it to her. But I would do it again. I would do it again.
Also, so Reggie has Rock Paper Scissors World Champion 2022 in his Twitter bio, and so I called him out, and on Twitter, and I said, and at Fusion, I said, hey, next block we got an RPS on stream. I've only ever lost once. He said, I'm never doing that now that you told me this. I'm never doing it now that you told me this. Reggie, if you see this, I want that belt match, bud. I want the belt match. we can get 6 a.m. on commentary, full wrestling style. Get the Incineroar belt for the champion. I miss 6 too.
He got sick and he started working a lot.
He got sick a.m.
He got sick and
anyways, speaking of sick, we're seeing some sick combos here from Don, backing on that early percent on Ling, picking up right where he left off here on PS2. 20 seconds in delay, and Ling just kind of hasn't been able to hit him.
True. I mean, he's got a little bit of pokes here and there, like 2 out of the 3 hits of down air, but not the entire thing.
I mean, that's the definition of a couple pokes, right?
Yeah, definitely. But at this point, Don is looking very dominant.
Yep, and I love that Peach Bomber from Ling there. It's the one move that can kind of threaten Mario in that situation, right? Peach kind of having a very predictable vertical recovery, but having so many mix-ups on her horizontal one. Don notably not having one of Vortex yet.
Well, this might be the day.
And he's looking to do so. Taking the first stock is a great way to start.
Yeah, Don is playing very well.
And looking to end the PR season with the person who's probably going to be Connecticut's #1, right?
Yeah.
Light has not been active enough to qualify for the PR season.
Yes, I would say so. Has he been to a Connecticut tournament?
This season?
I don't think he's been to one.
I don't think he's been to a Connecticut tournament. Has he been to more mass tournaments than Connecticut tournaments this season?
At least one mass tournament.
I was going to say, he's been to at least one mass tournament.
I have not seen him at a Vortex, and I've not heard of him going to any of the others. He used to come around here a lot, you know. This was the one that he liked.
Yeah, I mean, it's where his friends were, but now nowhere to be found. And speaking of nowhere to be found, that lead from Don is just evaporated.
And now all of a sudden you're losing.
Yeah,
match.
Ling, right, so good at that adaptation, so good at that patience, and he already is going into this set with 2 games of knowledge. Thankfully, not the 3. Don able to seal out that 2-0, but it's just been a struggle to find these consistent openings.
Yeah, and now of course you're off stage, you're at a high percent. If you're Don, you gotta make something change.
Yeah, but
I think Ling had enough time.
I love that down air spacing. He drifted back and then forward, or pressuring the very edge of shield, kind of blocking Ling just enough shield stun he couldn't pressure it, and now getting the juggle for his efforts. But that early air dodge, or Don trying to read an air dodge the other direction, and just not able to find anything as a result. Ling finding his way out of dodge momentarily, but now still at the corner, having to Peach Bomber back and getting caught again. Great grab from Don to extend the spin advantage.
Yeah. Yeah, and now at this point, it's pretty much even at this point. Like,
yep, and Don trying to call out an F smash again, and that's the second time he's done that where Ling's faded it back with float, punished it,
Speaking
but
of
not
fading
killed.
back, there's that fade back forward air ledge. Gonna very, very slightly poke that ledge hang, and that's gonna take that stock.
I would be shocked if we see another F smash like that from Don. He got called out by it for Ling last set. He got called out for it this set. Both of them haven't.
Leading to a stock.
Yeah, neither of them killed directly, but both ended up leading to stock from Ling.
Yeah.
That up smash, Ling's DI much better there, able to survive, but at 139, he's only 1 or 2 hits away from Mario sealing this out.
Yeah.
But with Peach's damage output, even off these straight hits, right, he can rack that percent up, already at 50, and Ling's just trying to slow this game down, right? 3:35 on the clock. Just run this down, hold on to the stock as long as possible, and just find hits where he can. But instead, it's Don doing.
Yeah, and now Don got that back air, and at this point, we got our up air on the platform, but no other conversion at this point. Some good DI. So Don looking definitely trying to convert something. You're gonna want to get one of those falling up airs or in there, you know, or a back air to grab something like that.
Yeah.
If you get something of that, there's a pretty good chance that you could even take the stock off of it.
Yeah.
Like, not quite.
He tried
that was
to
some good DI.
Yeah, he tried to. He delayed it because he knew it wasn't true.
But there's the up air into the fair, and that is going to take the stock.
That time, so what you saw for both those times, he tried to read the DI on the up B. He delayed it, knowing it's not. He delayed it to try and catch the DI. I, in order to maybe call out an earlier stock, but once he doesn't get it, he reads the DI in again because on the surface, you would DI out, but Don just went for a DI read, so Ling is like, okay, he's trying to read my DI, he's gonna read the DI out, I'm gonna mix him, I'm gonna hold in here. Don leveled him right back, opting now, even after closing out that game, Don, mind you, 2 games away from taking his first Vortex, switching skins anyways, opting for that power-up wallowing these skins.
Yeah, and hey, he didn't even lose the game to take power up, but he does, you know, he does want the power up. I can't blame him for wanting to change his skin, you know. Especially if you have such a good couple skins and a good combo to do about 83%. Not quite a kill just yet with some good DI. Ooh, almost is there as well there with that F smash. Like you said earlier, we probably weren't going to see it, but we did end up seeing it. But at this point, he was at such low percent that it's not like you were necessarily going to get killed for whiffing it at the same time. But you did take around 65%. But you also gained enough space to get that neutral get him in and get that up smash, which almost quite killed, but not exactly. And oh, I'm liking that. That situation.
Just dashing away.
Dashing
Ling
around,
has got
jumping
so
over.
many down smashes so far tonight. Don ready for it.
Yeah.
And just fast falling, finding an up smash to close it out. That using that intangible head as well to just make sure he doesn't get a trade by accident, closing the stock out. But that dot eyes with the extra knockback is gonna put him too far away. A normal turn if he actually still would have been able to maybe make it back there.
Oh, and now we've got, okay,
And
that was pretty nice.
Yeah, I was gonna say that down air sending Don behind was so good for Ling, allowing him to get about 2-3 extra hits, find stage control for just a second. But Don resetting to neutral, making such good use, playing under these platforms, right, forcing Ling to either try to go back to stage, floating high, or contest him low on the ground. And that's a Mr. Saturn, so we're not gonna see any more shields here. And Ling has had all the turnip RNG in the world right now.
Yeah, it's definitely very scary.
This could be Mario with Mr. Saturn. If Don gets a combo, we saw the up air reversal, and that was the one I was talking about. Right? Once you get that up air reversal, you can land on platform, find the reset the other way, and once you get those 3 up airs on platform, that's where it's.
Now, speaking of things that killed, knocking him right off stage and hitting him with that fair, pretty early stock. He was what, 70 or so, right when he died.
But in doing so, Ling did lose to Mr. Saturn. So thankfully, Team Big Nose is gone. I'm the only one left repping that merch here today. But the up throw down air, gonna start a combo. Don just getting one more straight hit, trying to find the juggle, and then just like both these players just trading hits back and forth.
Yeah.
For such a game that is so even below. Who do you think is gonna take this game?
Honestly, it's tough. It's a tough call. I want to say Don, mostly because I want to. That's the thing. I want to see the upset happen. You know. But at the same time, I know how good at adapting that Ling is, especially in this kind of situation here. Now you've got Ling, you can kind of go on the aggressive at ledge. Be very careful.
That up air, perfect DI from Ling.
Ooh, this is not a fantastic
to get him out of the combo situation. A DI in there might have been the game. Don trying to find a back air, but getting called out for opting just to fastball back to ledge, getting away for just a second from the aggression that Peach is throwing out like Shakira's hips. And that's going to be a back air from Don on the double jump, calling him out.
Yeah.
Is Ling about to
no way
to get 3-0'd by Don?
No.
Hey, guys, get on the mic.
This is wild. Hi.
Can you go like find a yo?
What the hell's going on?
Even if you got a gamer headset, can you find a go find a third headset? Go find a third headset.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Go find a third headset. Let's get a TriCast going on.
It's a good thing we're friends. I got very close to your face. I'm like, hello.
Listen.
I don't know. You gotta buy me dinner. No, you were the one who put yourself that close to me. You took my.
Might I say?
I don't know, man.
Can I make a suggestion? Just here, guys. I have a solution to your problem. Be gay, do comms.
Be gay, do comms.
That's what I'm out here doing.
Oh boy. Alright. Oh man, you see the and from right away. Okay.
So the Hollow Bastard counter pick here from Ling, a little bit non-traditional. That center platform can be pretty disruptive to Peach. You see Kurama get so much with Mario combos off this center platform as well, but
it's like a smash move pick. You know?
But the platform is being further from stage as well. You know, making it harder for Don to find quite as many combos, and the larger stage size relative to, or the larger blast zones relative to some of the other stages we've seen so far. This may be allowing Ling that extra flexibility.
Yeah, and at this point, you also have a lot more space to kind of just get your turnips in as well.
I think, right, not only like as good as Ling's adaptation is, he not only has to win this game, he has to reverse 3-0 Don and then take another set.
Yeah, well, he's certainly making a good start with that stock, especially now that he's only at 65%, but he's gotten his first stock of the...
Yeah, but that's Don finding back air into back air, rising into falling, and the old Mario Day 1 classic in this game. Great fadeaway, though, from Ling on that Nair, making great use of this center platform to control space. And just waiting out that up smash again. Don has not been able to find that success with that move against Ling at any point.
Alright, and that was very, very close. You see, it was like pixels off.
And that was, Ling baited that out, was close enough for it to hit, and then faded it back as Don committed. And once that double jump comes out, Ling is able to, you know, just drift away, and because you either have to commit or you have to go back to stage, and either way, right, Ling is pretty happy about it because it means he gets back.
Ooh.
This is getting out.
Ling is probably pretty happy about.
This is getting out of hand. Delay.
Yeah. I don't know how Don's gonna do it. I think Ling is starting to figure him out, which means, well, thankfully for Don, there's a lot more games to follow.
He gets at least 2 more stages on his counter pick, and then a whole nother set to work with. That being said, I think if Ling does force the reset, his ability to adapt is going to make it very hard for Don to keep catching him out. However, if anybody can do it, right, it's Don, it's Mario, especially with 2 stages of counter pick advantage to work with here at Vortex Legends number 30. But right now, it certainly does look like we're going to game number 4, and Don just trying to avoid a 3-stock.
Yeah. Okay, that down air definitely going to keep the stock away.
Wait.
No cans. No
I'm going to say, it's certainly possible. This is Mario we're talking about, right? All it takes, you got down tilt, nair, up air, you know, shenanigans into a forward air. That's all it takes. 1 DI read, and that's it. And that could be it!
Oh, but not quite. The good DI in on the platform.
Unfortunately, Don a little too far away, but that flood combined with the double jump and float plus floating is going to send Ling all the way up, blasting off to that blast zone. But still getting Don at the corner after all that, and the whiff pivot grab gonna put Don in a corner situation. We're going to game 4.
Or you're going to game 4. You are absolutely correct.
So I think I will say, I think this is really the game where we're gonna see whether, like yeah, obviously if Don wins, it's over, and if he loses, we're going to game 5.
True.
But I think getting forced to a game 5 against Ling as Don, when you haven't really got that Ling win before, you're in Grands, you have a lot of pressure on yourself to do it not once but twice. If you get forced to game 5, suddenly you also have that reverse 3-0 pressure, and it's just so difficult. That being said, that's the first game. Don took 4 straight games against Ling today before Ling took the 1. Now this Smashville counter pick, that higher blast zone, the smaller stage, higher center plat at smaller blast zones. This stage is one of Mario's best.
Yeah, this is fantastic for Mario.
I'm actually surprised Ling didn't ban it, but
usually you ban that. You ban Battlefield.
But seeing the Hollow Bastion, pick come out as well, like obviously Don's not gonna take him probably to town, not gonna take him to FD, not gonna take him to Kalos. Probably doesn't want PS2 either, just because of that larger stage size. So it makes sense that both players kind of ended up just finding this available, coming on back. But after Smashville, it can be so scary. Don, though, making a really good use of this center platform, smaller stage size, to stay into it for just a second, but not get away.
Long enough, definitely. You're losing that stock right there. And now, once again, we're in another situation where Don's down an entire stock, and Ling is only about 60%.
Yeah, Don is starting to get a little antsy. You see him mashing these forward air. He's not playing as patient as he was before, trying to find the maximum finisher at every opportunity, and Ling is starting to take advantage.
And take it from someone who has never been PR'd but has fought PR'd players and got somewhat close, you get the upset brain. You're fighting.
Oh,
you're
I had this against Blank in round 1.
Yeah. Oh, well, I felt that.
I almost reversed 3-stocked him, and then game 1, and then did the same thing game 2.
I had game 2 as well on mine, but it was not quite as well. It was pretty close.
I mean, hey, you still beat Hindsight, and then he beat me and losing, so.
Yeah, that's
true.
It would have been me. It would have been me.
You could have lost. You could have been seeded into each other again. But speaking of seeded into each other, this is Don and Ling seeded into each other at the very end of bracket after Don put Ling down in losers, finding 1 win. But can he find a second one in order to take Vortex Legend, close out the PR season and 2022 on about the highest possible note in Connecticut?
Yeah, and you're very careful in this position. At this point, You got to be so careful not to get overextending in cases like that. Otherwise, we're going to see the same issue. And
it's starting to get out of hand. I think Ling has downloaded, and that game 5, I would be shocked if we go to a reset if Don goes right into it. I would expect him to get up and take that bathroom break for about as many minutes as he's able.
Yeah, oh, definitely. You definitely want to take some of that time, you know, just cool off, reset. You know,
psych yourself up just a little bit. You know, you gotta keep that mental coming stable. And after, like, in the past 2 games, Don's taken a total of 1 stock from Ling.
Yeah.
Like, he took 4 straight games and has managed to get 1 stock, able to get a second one there.
We're good with 2. Now, can we get a third? Can we get a comeback into a third?
No, we've been saying that if Don resets, it's with how Ling adapted, it's over.
Ooh.
And we're getting forced to game 5. This
is
where you clutch up and you see Don immediately. Game 4 ends, standing up, taking a step, walking over to the front of the store, taking a breather, settling down, taking a minute.
I think he might have realized too. There comes a point where he's getting a little antsy again. Yeah. We've seen this. I think it was against Ling, for example. You definitely want to take that second.
He knows. He knows he's in winners, but he can't let this reset happen. His back is against. It's so weird to say the player who's in winners has their back against the wall.
Yeah.
When it's a game 5, but right now it feels like it's Don's back against the wall a lot more than Ling's. And I'm really interested to see where we go for stage.
Yeah.
Because I can't imagine we're going to go back to a center plot the way those last 2 games went.
Yeah. Well, we got our game 5 situation here. Surely we've got some sort of interesting counter thing.
Yeah.
Town and City.
Town. This is a weird one. Hey, Ajax, thoughts on the... I'm asking you, thoughts on the Town counter pick? Don, game 5. Don just picked... He picked Hollow Bastion, or Ling won on Hollow Bastion. He picked Smashville, and then, yeah. Because I was going to say, Town is also pretty good for Piku as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Ajax suggesting that the big key to victory here is trying to get Ling to DI in, get those cross ups, and I'm gonna share that with the people because he doesn't have a headset on.
True.
Thanks so much for letting us close out the night and finding maybe an early stack with a high top blast zone on Town.
That's one of the reasons why I find this pick maybe a little strange. Just given that if you're Mario and you want to kill off the top of those up Bs, it's going to be a lot harder.
You can still, but those back airs, those horizontal kills, are going to be so good.
That's also. And even that F smash.
And also, like, you do have those, right? You can get up air, and if you get it off off those side platforms when you have the tri-plat layout, out getting a combo extension from center plat onto those side plats, and that up B is still gonna kill.
Absolutely.
Great.
I like the grab.
Yeah, I was gonna say great chase on that grab. The delay coming in clutch from Don. But I think that honestly, if Ling takes this first stock, then he's resetting.
Oh, and speaking of the first stock, here we go. We've got Don taking that first stock, and maybe Don made that adjustment.
Yep, Don clutching it out. He has a beautiful cape stall. Ling not ready for it. However, the double jump having to come out. Somehow Don finding his way back, even with the turnip and the float still in the bag from Ling. Great stuff. That flood gonna give Don the space to breathe for just a second, but with only 15%, that's not extra credit you wanted.
But that backer gonna immediately, take away the space that he was looking for and send him to the blast zone space. And now here we are. We have yet another very early percent stock between the 2 of them. Nice, even neutral at the start. Both these players waiting to try and get some sort of good hit.
And Don is starting to play more patient again. You see him slowing it down, but that shield Ling ready for it, finding the grab, putting him in the corner, but not able to make too much happen. And that's where we're starting to see Don immediately start mashing those downers again. And he got put back into an extended corner situation that's been 82% now that it's gotten racked on top of him. He's not able to find these hits, and this could start to get out of hand unless he can answer back quickly in a big way.
Yeah, at this point, I've just... Oh, he's living.
Okay, that was great. He DI'd up there, just straight up there to
DI
find his way to the top blast zone.
DI up won't save him from that one.
No, it won't. 50% though, that is a little bit better, and even though that stock didn't go the way he wanted, he has an opportunity to rack it on, find his way back into this game, and hold on in this Game 5 of Grand Final where it's Don, not Ling on winner's side.
Yeah.
That was almost disastrous. He burned all his resources. Ling was one hit away from closing the game out, but not able to do it. Racking on the percent now, and with these platforms going away, a almost as terrifying situation. Now you're basically on FB. One of Peach's best stages it's so hard, and it looks like we're gonna go to release.
Yeah. You know, you never want to say die right away, but this is a little.
I'm writing a check.
Oh, yep.
Speaking of, Ling gonna cash that one immediately.
Yeah.
And right back
Gone to the
finals. Hey, Ling won RPS.
Hey.
It's cause I drove him. I'm taking credit.
Yeah.
Ling won. Ling winning the RPS there. We're gonna see him pick the stage counter pick. Let's see what stage we get to here to start. It looked like. I didn't even. It was to the right of town. I'm trying to. Oh, Smashville.
Yeah.
Interesting. It makes on paper, right? This is definitely a Mario favorite stage in this matchup. However, the smaller blast zones and that center pot, Ling did such a good job of not letting Don breathe. And you see him going in the tank. He's not even sure what to do so far. It's like.
Yeah. Before this set starts, I need something to drink.
Go.
I will be back momentarily.
Run! Oh, it's just me for a moment. Okay, well, it's just me here for the moment. We're waiting for Delay to get back. Tried to get Ajax on for about 30 seconds, but he was like, no, I want to take my break. I want to eat my wings. Fair enough, friend. And what we say to that, and Don with the Builder Mario trying to cook, trying to start off fast, but Ling immediately answering back. However, Don is already finding more success here in the reset than he did in Game 1. As scary as that reset was, the Cade coming in clutch, that early Parasol not really an option against Mario.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can't just let yourself get reversed like that. You know?
Yeah, I mean, that's maybe what Don needed, right? The way that set started, or the way this reset started after the reverse 3-0 winner side is maybe the only thing, like that's kind of the mental breath you needed of, okay, I can still do this.
Yeah, and now you're up a stock. We've seen the reverse of this with, you at around, Ling around mid% with, up a stock, and now we have the other version, Don up mid%, up a stock.
Yeah, and the issue here is, again, though, right, how is Don going to be able to find the extra credit at 98 on a stage? With his small blast zone, has Smashville, it can be scary, right? You're very close to kill percent. And now you're probably at it, especially at ledge, waiting out the float, picking your option in that 4 frames of landing lag you have, allowing Don on to get out of the corner, rack on some damage, and finally find that F smash.
It finally connected.
It only took 3 sets. It only took 3 sets.
True. But I do want to mention the DI in on the up air string that went into that was, at least through Ling, was probably a little better than the DI way that might have just led straight to that kill.
And Don's ability to survive on the small stage just for a second, but unfortunately the commentator's curse coming in.
Yeah.
But at 96,
but he got a lot of extra credit.
96%. However, if he'd survived there, he might have been able to close out the stock, and you would have preferred that. He's starting to fish for these F smashes. That's the 3rd one he's thrown out this game. He found 1, he's looked for 2 more, and that's the antsiness. Right now, Ling has brought it all the way back to even, and this is just getting out of hand for Don all of a sudden.
Yeah. And yeah, all of a sudden, that huge 100% lead that he had earlier is just vanished.
Yeah, I mean, that's the issue with percent leads, especially against Ling and especially against the team.
Yeah.
Both as a player and a character.
And that percent lead just disappeared, and then from that percent lead became a stock lead, but not for the person that it was originally.
Yeah, Brevity. Hindsight's playing solo Fox for the next 7 to 8 months. He's trying to drop MSF for a while, maybe eventually as a secondary again, but for the most part just solo Fox for now.
Yeah.
But speaking of solo, Don down to his last stock here. Ling trying to make it 4 straight games
tech.
in return, and that's going to be it out. 4 straight games from Don. 4 straight games from Ling. So now, 0-0.
Yeah.
But all the momentum's in Ling's favor.
Yeah, that's true. Momentum is a scary thing,
Yes,
especially
it
with
is.
a lot of players.
Yes, it is.
You know.
It was looking really... I mean, it was looking as good as it could be for Don. Right? He went
Yeah.
up 2-0 in Grands, having not dropped a game.
Yeah.
But now you have lost 4 straight to Ling.
Yeah.
You've got the reputation, you've got the nerves, you've got momentum against you. All of the pressure in the world is sitting on this man's shoulders.
Yeah.
And it's just... What do you do?
Yeah, at this point you were poised to make this great upset, and now it's a little scarier on you. You're down a game on the
Do you
reset.
see, I was gonna say, do you see his eyes? Did you just see the expression on his face?
Yeah.
He looked
Yeah.
distraught
Yeah.
after that game.
You got to be careful about letting that mentality kind of get in. I'm just as susceptible as any other
Yep.
person, but you
Look
know,
at the other adjustment he made. Those headphones are coming in. He's
Yeah.
playing music. He is.
he's definitely looking for anything
if
to
you're
get him back into
if
the
you're
field.
Ling and you're seeing your opponent go put in headphones, game 2 of the finals reset after taking 4 games straight from you earlier, just getting first field, you're like, okay, they're mental stroke.
And we see some.
Guys, Fortnite's not in
Fortnite
Smash. What you
dancing.
doing? What you doing?
I'm so glad Fortnite's not in Smash.
Oh my God! Can you
Oh
imagine?
boy.
We,
Oh,
last
man.
thing we need is more characters. We could
I
like
would
Steve.
just refuse to buy that.
But they'd
character.
have a zone. They'd be a zoner too with the projectiles. Oh.
Yeah.
Anyways, going right back here to Smashville. Well, Don still feeling like this is the best choice, right? Battlefield definitely banned, not wanting to go to Kalos. Probably a small Battlefield ban by Ling as well. Maybe PS2? I'm not really sure. We haven't really seen a biplat after Don
Yeah.
had so much success on them. So
Oh,
I'd expect those are probably the 3 stages ban.
maybe. But, you know, what we didn't probably expect was that quick stock there. And a nice trade off stage as well.
Yep.
You know, very good for people in that situation. They went to the stock, you know.
But this grab into the downer, trying to find that reverse up air that would have been the stock. However, Ling waiting on that at Parasol, very smart from him, finding the cape into that back air. Not gonna do it yet. Just trying those F smashes have been the death of Don. Once he started pulling the trigger on more of them, that's when Ling really started coming into it. And you can see it's generally how much Don fishes for F smash is generally a really good key on what his mental is.
Yeah. But the down air, not quite gonna kill. Almost though. Oh, very, very close on that call out, and then the down smash lasting just long enough to clip him from his position underway.
The fact that that move is that active, where it will outlast your legend vault at 50% is kind of absurd.
Oh, I like the parry, and then the run-up up smash. That was very, very good timing. Very good recognition as to where Ling was going to go as
And
well.
that parry is really the only way you're punishing that bomber as well. So really good stuff from Don to find that opening and put himself back in this game, right? At 93%. And it's still a bit of a mountain, but he can make it happen, especially as Mario, right? All it takes is a landing there. All it takes is a down tilt. You find a couple up airs at ledge, you find a forward air, bada bing, bada boom, you're right back in it. So
down tilt and right into the nair, and now all of a sudden we've got almost a full stock lead.
Oh no, Don, I don't know. I mean, I think if he loses this game, I think it's hard to come back from that.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, that's really hard to come back from.
I think
that
that's
as well.
it. No, it's not. He
He
saved
went
his
for
jump.
the style points with that side B there.
I mean, I respect it, right?
Yeah.
Like, you are just trying. If you're Ling at this point, you're just trying to break this man's mental.
Yeah,
like you're
that's
just like, okay, I've won 4 straight. You won 4 straight, but I won 4 straight. Do you have it within you to come back and take a game after that? And if he hit that Peach Bomber, I mean, that was. I think that was it.
Yeah. Honestly, the small chance he might have just walked away at that
As
point,
well,
you know?
though, that speaking of Peach Bomber, that one's gonna allow Ling on a trade to find his way back to stage. It's such a good ledge trap from Don, holding Ling in an extended corner situation, racking out a lot of damage, but he needs to close out this stock because he's at 12%, not able to do so.
Ooh, almost a stock for Ling there.
Don still having the jump, managing to find his way around the turn. Really good stuff, delay, and he has an opportunity. He literally cannot get hit almost at all. Pretty much everything he throws out is gonna kill. Great early up B though to find his way past that back air and back to the stage just for the goal.
Yeah, definitely a. Oh, I was about to say definitely a sketchy situation.
You can see it. Like, look at Ling. Ling's just like, nah, I'm chilling. And then Don's just like, oh god, oh god, oh god. Like, you can see it in his eyes.
And you know who's not really concerned? The dog in the background. See the dog? The dog.
We got so many dogs in there.
Yeah, that's not
Shout
the
out
dog that
Doodle.
I'm used to seeing.
I was gonna say, that's not Doodle.
Yeah. For those who don't know, we have a dog usually around.
Yeah.
We call him Doodle.
Yeah, Chavo's pug.
Chavo's pug.
But speaking of venues, the venue, perhaps the final venue for this matchup between these two star-crossed lovers is Hollow Bastion. We're getting into Game 3 of true finals. Ling lost 2-0 in winners quarters to Dawn. On
Goes to being
went down 2-0 to Dawn. Grand winner's side completes a reverse 3-0. Won 5 straight games now. Trying to make it 6, close it out. Dawn trying to stay in.
Yeah, Dawn definitely wants to. I mean, at least if I'm Dawn, I'm thinking I just want to at least take a game. You know, you definitely, obviously, you want to take the set.
I think going up 2-0 and then losing 6 straight is just like if you take a game, you take a game, right? Like you dug deep, you held it within you, you couldn't clutch it out, but that's right. But if you go 4-0 into 4-6 and losing grands to a reverse 3-0 into a 3-0, it's just like that's one of those things that has a lasting effect on your head.
Yeah. All right, now he definitely wants to try and seal down this kill.
I love that delay on the up smash, holding it to full charge. It didn't even look like he released it, just like it was. And
the footstool in air.
The footstool float cancel in there.
Yeah.
He floated out of the footstool. That was crazy, Ling.
That's a lot of inputs.
Speaking of footstool, that was one in turn from Dawn, but Ling holding that float in deep, allowing him to cancel that downward momentum and hold on to his stock. He's still a full 1-up on Dawn, trying to close it out, not able to find a back air. Finally getting that turnaround up smash, just finding so much success now with those run-ups.
Yeah.
But is it too little too late to win?
Well, I would like to hope not, but I don't know. I don't want to seem biased, but I feel like this is really hard to come back.
Do you believe in miracles? Because I think that's what Dawn needs right now. Now, hoping for a miracle, it all starts with this. You've got a random stage just for a second. Getting the up air combo, this could be a fair.
Okay, no fair.
I was going to say, just opting for the nair for the damage, covering more options. Yeah. The fast fall, the platform, going to allow for the reset, forcing out Ling's double jump. He doesn't have one here. This could be a yup B.
Not quite,
that
but
was
very
such
close.
Good DI from Ling.
We had the reverse up air.
And if that was closer to that left blast zone, it would have, or to the left side of platform, it would have turned. Or if it was going the other way. The fact that it just went across platform, it's the only reason he survived there.
Yeah. Now we got a forward throw, another ledge trap. Dawn tending to go off stage, try and challenge the peach flow in the parasol and such. He's definitely going to want to try and find some way to get this last kill. Because if you can typically, if you're Mario, there's a small chance you can still get that early kill. And
no, again,
very
great
late,
DI.
but not quite
He caught Ling so much with that cross-up DI in that winner's side set before Grand, but not able to do so there, getting caught by the Peach Bomber, and that is
it. Yeah. Now, not to say that we, don't love Ling.
No, I mean,
everything, but
I would not be driving this man to 3 tournaments in 3 days if I did not like this man.
Yeah, but hey, I want to be the first to say congratulations to Ling for winning.
Congrats to Ling for winning.
And
but also congrats to Don for getting a Ling win!
So, yeah.
He got a Ling win!
Such a good run.
Unfortunately, that Ling win feeling a little tainted by the reverse 3-0 in Grands, but he still got a Ling win.
A bit of a slaughter afterwards,
and
but, it was more like vengeance, and that's what you
And getting one right at the end of the PR season, too, is
yeah, absolutely. You get to have that, just like, that Dawn over Ling name.
I think, honestly, I'm going to be honest, dude. I think that's the most dejected I've ever felt after watching at Grands here at Vortex. Don, one of the nicest people in the scene.
Yeah.
One of the first people, actually, that I met in Ultimate.
Actually, me too.
He was stream running a hog the first time I hopped on the mic, and we're not going to talk about that block because some stuff happened that I cannot repeat on any stream. My co-caster actually got banned from the venue for saying
I know the story,
yeah.
yes.
If you don't know it, ask literally anybody who was around in like 2020.
Yeah.
But sorry, yeah, like summer 2020. However,
so, yes.
but now, you know, it's just like, and he wasn't PR'd at the time. He made PR multiple seasons. He's done so well, and he's been such a positive member of the scene for so long. Has a great stream as well. You should check him out at Mr._DonFan. But it just
DonFan isn't the Pokemon.
Like, he deserves it so much.
Yeah.
And the
he
fact
was very
that,
close today.
I mean, that's as close as you can possibly get.
Yeah.
Only to watch it slip through your fingers. I cannot imagine what he must be feeling right now.
Well, you know what? I want to say, at least for him, I think you want to keep moving forward, you know, and you want to kind of think like, well, I take one set, you know, I did, and I can do it again. If you can take one, you can take another, you know.
Yep.
And it's definitely not within. It's not like outside of the bounds of real life that he can take another.
Yeah,
you know?
and I mean, the fact that he did this so soon after coming back from a break too, right, bodes so well. Like, when he's gonna have going into 2023, he's gonna have way more opportunities. He's gonna hopefully be able to be at more tournaments, get more regular practice, and getting this close, this soon back from a break. Like, I mean, it only says good things going forward. Yeah. But in the moment, it can be so hard to view it that way. Just because, right, again, like, you were so close.
Oh yeah. Oh, definitely. But hey, there is definitely something to be said for getting so close.
Yeah. But I mean, that's gonna be it for bracketed.
Yeah, that's our
Vortex
bracket
tonight. We unfortunately, once again, I don't think you and I are gonna get a salty sweep going on.
No, I don't.
If you don't know, this guy has a 3-0 record at this point on me.
3-0, I think so.
Yeah, it's you
played 3 times or
you Infestation both.
Oh, Infestation.
It's both Connecticut Links. I can't. I hate that character. Infestation mostly just plays minion.
If you don't know, Snake is in contention for probably Link's worst matchup.
Oh, no, it is absolutely Link's worst matchup.
It's between Snake and Lucina.
Yeah. Well, at least Snake hates Lucina, so.
Yeah, that's true. That's why I picked Zero Suit, because I hate Lucina. Sorry there, Cobra chat.
Oof.
Yeah.
That's just, I mean, what, congrats to Ling.
Yeah.
Like, great stuff from him, and no better way to win Vortex than that. But check out VGTV_Melee, VGTV_Ultimate, and the main VG Bootcamp channel. Yeah. Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, like, follow, subscribe. All 3 of those channels on all platforms for all of the Ultimate and Melee content you could ever want.
And make sure to come out to Vortex for our weeklies and our monthlies, you know. Yeah.
And if you have $4.99 on Twitch or Twitch Prime, subscribe to VG Bootcamp, support Smash Scene, and
get some
amazing emotes.
Yeah, nice emotes. You know, you've got some of the, like, the jump steal and the ledge trap. You know, some nice looking emotes.
Are you gonna cut back to us? Yes.
Okay.
And Wednesdays, check out Multiverses Mayhem, and Tuesdays, Smash Ultimate, both at 7:30. But please be here by 7. 156.
Yes.
Meriden Road, Waterbury, Connecticut. We're on the VGBC2 channel, obviously, but also Multiverse Mayhem Wednesdays on Ajax_HQ.
Yeah.
And where can they find you?
Where can they find me? Oh, I don't stream, but you can find me. I believe it's just delay_tweets.
I think it's Deleo tweets.
No,
don't ask me why.
It's delay_tweets, but I have my full name Ryan Deleo on Twitter.
I'm about to check.
Yeah, the Twitter is pretty new for me actually.
It is delay_tweets.
I don't use a whole lot of social media. So.
Yeah. And meanwhile, you can find me at VirtualSSB on Twitter, or pretty much anywhere. Hope you have a blast. Check out Ajax on Twitter as well for all of your Multiverses and Ultimate content. This man grinds like nobody's business, and on his off days every week posts an Ultimate local and a multi-local to foster the communities he loves so much. Yeah. So shout outs to him for that, and thank you so much, everybody, for watching. It's been a blast to bring you Vortex number 30 here tonight.
Absolutely,
with
30 Vortex.
And finally get some sets with the fantastic delay.
Yeah. It's awesome commentating with you, and I love that we were able to do this for the 30th. You know, we had some free pizza, you know, coming along. Thank you so much to
also,
everyone,
shout
especially
outs to
Ajax
Nevi as well.
Yeah, for the
$50 pop bonus. He ended up getting a flat tire on the way here.
Yeah.
Couldn't even make it to bracket. Still pulled through with the pop bonus.
Yeah.
That is the level of dedication we have in the CT scene. And I think I see Junior Hawk in bracket as well. Hi, Hawk.
Oh.
It's
hey, Hawk.
speaking of dedication to the scene, even when you move to a different region, you're still tuning into our locals. We appreciate you.
Nice to see you in chat. Hello.
But that's going to be it for us.
Yep.
And until next Tuesday, we'll see you next time.
Yeah, I'll see you next time.